I do believe that's about time that we get started. Welcome to the stream if you are here. If you are not here, you are still welcome. Today is a wonderful Monday. I had to, unfortunately, skip out on stream this Saturday, and I might actually, unfortunately, be skipping out on a couple upcoming co-op streams, but that's okay. Because you know what we have? That motherfucking Disco Elysium, baby. And I made huge progress last time that I played. I also really hope that everything's actually coming through properly with my mic. I know that it's been a little finicky. So, you have to let me know if it's sounding weird or anything. But, before we actually get started proper, I have a couple holidays. Today is National Chocolate Mousse Day. Mousse as in the food. And it is also National Film Score Day. A lot of times, when we watch movies, it's something that doesn't get talked about often enough, in my opinion, a film score. I think he's buffering. It's looking stable right now, but tell me if it gets any better. And like we had some bad storms go through here apparently, as I'm sure you were aware. I guess Mo. So I don't know if like internet's being fucky or not, but it's saying that it's stable at the very least right now. Let me know if it keeps getting worse or anything like that. But I'm not seeing any buffering on my end at least when I'm watching the preview of it. It's actually running pretty smooth on my end. And something that's not talked about often enough though is a film score, which is very important. What would you say is your favorite film score, Gizmo? You got a favorite film score? Wife says Pirates of the Caribbean. That's a good one. Probably say that for me. It's it'd kind of be beaten out by something like the old Indiana Jones films. I really like the Indiana Jones films. Those are fun. See, that bottle's not new, and I can't pick it up. I don't think. Double check, make sure I can. Okay, yeah, I can't.
The window stands broken in its frame. Cold wind blows in. The morning light hurts your eyes. It's hazy, but you see the ocean and some war-torn buildings.
Home sweet home. I still don't think I can fix the faucet, can I?
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your
No.
face, adorned with the expression.
I need to get that going. How are my thoughts? How are my thoughts doing? Okay, I'm still thinking about him. I'm tempted to get the finger pistol. Well, also all these thoughts. Damn, this is a lot of thoughts you can have. Yeah, Revacholian nationhood, inexplicable feminist agenda, hobo cop, which I'm not. I'm not a hobo cop. I declined the hobo cop. Hey, Kim, where you at, buddy? Are you out on the balcony? Nope. It's raining out here, though.
The door is closed. Still no answer. Still nothing.
Damn it. Alright.
This door can only be opened with.
Alright, yep. I'm not getting in. I can't talk to that person anymore. Not that they would want to talk to me. Hey! That area is open. That's nice. I can actually check that out. Hey, Kim. What's up?
Morning.
Gives you a quick nod.
I've got some good news. I took care of the body. The thought of him decomposing in my MC wouldn't let me sleep.
That is good news. Good. Thanks.
I'm just glad he's gone. We have other matters to attend to.
That's
Oh
true.
well, we'll get the armored boots in another lifetime. The lieutenant is downplaying his contribution. He got up before sunrise to get this done, and now he's quite pleased with himself for taking care of the gruesome business so efficiently.
The Union muscle finally turned up, and they look rowdy. We need to talk to them.
Right. We do. What do you mean rowdy?
I mean ungovernable. Martinez isn't exactly enthusiastic about the RCM being here. They prefer to be policed by the Union. These men here. Men who drink beer for breakfast? There's talk of an armed wing of the Union called the Hardy Boys, who are responsible for state policing. I think it's them.
That doesn't sound good. These are the men Gart told us about yesterday?
I completely forgot. Sorry, I had a rough night's sleep. It's them by the looks of it. Loud and nasty, just like the manager said. One loose thread less to worry about, and one big problem to replace it.
There's so many of them. No, let's roll. We
One
got
more
this.
thing before we do. We don't have to talk to them immediately. We can walk right past them, continue with our business.
Good. A power move. Purposefully concentrate on something else first. Yeah, streetwise. Zoom right past. Do it on your own terms. But aren't you curious to know what they have to say about the murder?
I am curious, actually, Logic. Thank you for pointing that out.
They're in no hurry to leave. They think they own the place. Anyway, I leave that choice to you. Whatever you decide is fine by me.
Hey, good morning,
Can
manager.
I help you?
About my bill
Got
for
the
tonight.
20 real.
Yep, I'm just gonna get that taken care of right now.
Good. You got the room for the night, but remember, you'll need another 20 real tomorrow.
Understand. I understand.
Just a
Good
moment.
morning. The old woman turns back to the cafeteria manager.
She's agitated, judging from the way she keeps pulling at the frayed edge of her blanket.
And there's no public phones nearby?
The closest phone booth is down the coast. Sorry for the inconvenience, ma'am.
Cafeteria manager appears genuinely apologetic.
It's fine, I understand. Thank you anyway. I'm glad to see you again, dear.
Good day, ma'am. Everything all right?
Please don't trouble yourself about me, sweetie. I was just hoping to make a call, but the Whirling's phone line isn't working. The Union office probably has a phone, but I can't really get there. Or to the phone booth down the coast. And Gary's phone is dead too.
Wait, what's wrong with the phone line?
The manager was vague about it.
Why would he be vague about phone problems? This is something to look into later. Ask God, maybe.
Yeah, I should probably ask him about that. Why did you need to use the phone anyway?
To let the young woman who's house sitting for us know that we may be delayed. Morel, my husband, and our friend Gary were supposed to get back by Monday night, but they're still missing, and I haven't heard from them. I was also hoping she'd heard from Morel.
Hmm. Okay, I'll bite. Has your husband gone missing before?
That's just it. This isn't like him at all. He always plans his expeditions so carefully.
Expedition?
But you have more important things to worry about.
Glances out the window toward the bay.
More important than a missing expedition? I don't know. Expeditions often lead to something interesting.
What kind of scientist? What kind of expedition? More about morale, looks, character, and relationship. You don't notice this about me, but actually, I've lost all my memory of the world and myself. I have no idea what I'm doing. That has nothing to do with this. But what kind of expedition?
Just some field work, sweetie. Morel is a highly trained scientist. He and his assistant Gary are studying an extremely rare species of insect. But they should have returned by now. They were just going down the coast across the waterlock to set a few traps. He said they'd be back on Monday. What could be keeping them?
Wait, who's Gary person? Do you trust him?
Oh, sweetie, it's nothing like that.
Miles.
Gary's as loyal as they come. I trust him with my husband's life any day.
You mentioned traps. Could there be some problem with them?
I doubt it, sweetie. The traps aren't big enough for humans to get caught in them. They're for the insect. Anyway,
Do it. Find him. This will surely lead to a mystery with that extremely rare insect.
Ooh, I do love. Uh, I do love extremely rare insects. The jerky is good, but you had to stop. Shit's fucking hot. That's not a bad thing. I mean, it's doing what it's supposed to, I suppose. But it's hotter than your than even your chips usually. Hey, hon, you like the jerky? He liked the jerky. Yeah. He hasn't tried the hot sauce yet. That's gonna be later.
Yes, please. Some science fiction is exactly what's needed right now. Spice up that vanilla murder investigation.
Sounds like police business. I'll help you find your husband.
Are you sure we have time to go chasing after bug hunters just now? I did suggest we play it cool, but
I've already given my word. I'm honor bound. I got a premonition. On a premonition, this missing scientist is connected to our main case. I think it would be a good idea, only good to take a break from the hanged man for a little while, or it's just police work. I mean, Kim, I know what you're saying. I get it, buddy. I understand, but also, her husband's missing.
if you say so.
Yes, I do say so, Kim.
oh, thank you, officers. Truly, I'll be right here if you come across any sign of Morel.
Um, tell me more about Morel. Looks, character, your
Oh
relationship.
dear, I'm not sure where to begin.
Okay, what does your husband look like?
Well, his expression is slightly grumpy, but
Like me?
his eyes are always bright and curious, like a small boy's.
That
And his
okay.
palms are quite coarse from all the field work, but he's quite gentle.
Let's try again. If you were trying If you were trying to meet him on the street, what would I look for?
Oh, well, he's a bit shorter than you, but with a larger frame, and he has longish white hair, usually a bit uncombed. You might say wild, even.
I might say that, but I'm not going to.
The lieutenant pulls out his notebook and begins jotting down the woman's description.
One other thing, he'll likely have all kinds of field gear on him, even if he's not out in the reeds, just in case.
How long have you been
We'll
married?
be celebrating our 16th anniversary
Oh,
this autumn.
congratulations.
Not the most numerically satisfying anniversary, but I like the less obvious milestones even more somehow.
I think that's all. I think I have all the information I need. Let's move on.
I hope I've been useful.
What about this rare insect that your husband was looking for?
Oh, sweetie, it's fascinating. But I shouldn't bore you with entomological minutiae.
That might give me an idea of, like, where we're supposed to be looking.
The lieutenant gives you a sideways glance.
No, I want to hear about the insect.
Well, it's a phasmid, technically, but
Ah yes, Phasmatodea, a diverse group of insects whose bodies resemble twigs, leaves, that sort of thing. Ghost insects, colloquially. Oh yeah. Here comes the interesting.
Thank you, Inland Empire.
where other phasmids imitate sticks or leaves, this one's a living reed. It disguises itself among the reeds here on the Insulindian coast. Hence its name, the Insulindian phasmid. Perhaps you'll end up co-discovering the phasmid with us, officers.
He looks you in the eye and nods
To
thoughtfully.
be honest, this animal sounds like a cryptid. You wouldn't happen to be searching for some kind of gnome of Jeroma, would you?
I smell pseudoscience, he's thinking. Not a big fan of that.
Yeah, come on, Kim.
It's simply elusive. So much so that most establishment zoologists doubt it exists at all.
Establishment. I thought so.
His suspicion is confirmed. Come on. What makes you think it's around here, though? Like, I know we have some reeds, but, like, why here?
Well, some teenagers making out in the reeds saw one. They didn't know what it was, of course, but there was a brief article in a local newspaper about their encounter with a ghost insect that looks like the reeds. Gary sent us the clipping.
So a newspaper clipping is all the evidence you have?
Of course, most phasmid sightings turn out to be false alarms, but their description matched the Insulindian phasmid perfectly, and they didn't even know what they were looking at.
Enthusiasm has wiped the worry from her face. Her eyes sparkle behind her glasses.
Seem really excited about this cryptid.
I suppose I have something of a personal connection to the Insulindian phasmid. All scientists have their little hobby horses.
So is it dangerous? Like, poisonous insect?
Not at all. Why else would it hide itself so carefully?
To attack people, clearly. Is it valuable?
Oh, I doubt it. No one gets into cryptozoology for the money, sweetie.
Does it have any cool powers at least? Like, can it teleport or, like, lift people?
Yes, it can blend in almost perfectly among the reeds. It's how it stayed hidden all these years, centuries even.
Okay, what's so special about this stick bug then?
Oh dear, I'm afraid I'm not explaining this very well. It is very special.
The woman's face flushes with embarrassment.
Morel can explain it all much better. I wish you could hear him describe it. Then you'd understand, I'm sure.
Well, you know what? I'll tell you what. I'll find your husband, and then I'll also find the bug too, because why not? We're out on just finding everything today. It's gonna be great. Hey, manager, about that phone.
Can I help you?
Never mind.
Another thing.
uh,
Great. I love those.
Garrett, I saw a sign that said I couldn't go into the kitchen. Why can't I go into the kitchen?
What are you, a cook now? That's none of your business.
Maybe something pertinent to the investigation in the kitchen.
He wasn't pan-fried, he was lynched. What could the kitchen possibly have to do with... Fine, okay. The kitchen is closed until 1 p.m. because the cook is working. You can snoop around after that, if you must.
Thank you, I appreciate it. So the phone line's dead. What about that?
Yes, and the phone company is taking its sweet time sending someone to fix it. Losers.
Is it true that there was foul play?
Who told you that?
Never disclose my sources. That would be dishonorable.
Fine, yeah.
Yeah, Lena
It
told
looked
me.
like someone had messed with the wiring. It was shortly after the hanging, but I don't know if it's at all related. Plenty of arseholes around here who aren't murderers. If you do find out who cut the line, though, let me know so I can forward them the repair bill. Yes?
Will do. I'll be right on it. I've added it to my case list, in fact. Hey,
Let me handle this.
woman says to the crowd in the mess hall before turning to you.
Detective skin color. I'm still black, as you can see. Do you have any more keen-eyed observations?
Hey,
Her
what?
entire character has shifted. This young woman is cold as ice. She's right. You're basically an epidermochromatic police officer.
Now you're the gardener.
No, I am not a gardener. I'm a legal counselor for the Dock Workers Union. So let's get to it. You're looking for Titus Hardy? You think he has information that will help you? Maybe he does.
Points to the man on her right.
That's Titus. Talk to him. But know this. I'll be keeping an eye on you. No strong arming. Nothing official. The District of Martinez does not recognize your authority to make arrests.
It doesn't matter if you recognize our authority. We will make an arrest if we have to.
Yeah, you fuck off, lying bitch.
She says nothing. Her glare speaks for her. Could this be the Miss Beaufort that Easy Leo mentioned?
Can't
The one
believe it.
Mr.
She fucking
Everett
lied to
sent
me
to
saying
law
she's a
school?
goddamn gardener. Uh. Hmm. Are you Miss Buford?
I suggest not wasting time on trivial pleasantries and focusing on why you are actually here. Titus Hardy.
Points to the tall man by the table.
Even though she has excellent control over herself, something moved behind her eyes. In the way she stands, in her face. You caught her off guard. Push her some more.
Easy. Well, Easy Leo told me about you. He likes to talk a lot.
You are not here to chat up the legal counsel. You are here to question these men.
You set the pace and the topic of these conversations here. Establish that. A man like Easy Leo could have said anything. Do not be restrained, sire.
So, Said, Mr. Everett sent you to law school.
I represent the union and these men here. Don't make this personal.
A very minor victory.
Hmm. Why are you so aggressive? I've been nothing but kind to you, except for the one slip-up which I couldn't back down from. I'm sorry.
Aggressive? You make your living enforcing violence. These people are just dock workers.
Yeah, and a bunch of dock workers lynched a man. So I don't know. I'm not saying that I'm, exactly the paragon of morality here, but I am definitely saying that we're, that's not much better.
So you were spying on us, and now you represent murder suspects, just dock workers.
Listen, you moral intern lackeys. You're a mob, enforcing the unlawful privatization of Revachol. 20 fat men in the Occident are stealing it all, and you're their bodyguards.
Fuck yeah.
Tall, broad-shouldered man takes a sip of his beer.
So ask what you came to ask, or get back to your commanders.
The world needs a financial buffer zone. No need to get emotional. The privatization is not unlawful. It's cool and funny. Maybe you're just not historic individuals. I don't know where you heard that, but it's wrong. The RCM is principled and strong, unlike you socialists. I liked that. Good start. Let's take it a step further. Armed uprising. What are the union's plans? Yeah, let's do that. Let's ask those questions. Honestly, this entire fucking investigation is a pissing contest, and I see no reason to defend RCM. But I'm not about to try to provoke the Union into an armed uprising.
Let's.
Bull, there's spit in it, reeking of tobacco. Hawthorne, bushes, outside. Photos of men in overalls, toting guns and Union placards. That. I don't think I'm allowed to talk to anybody else, so you know what? Fuck it. Hey, Titus.
This is where you say your bit.
A broad-shouldered man points at you with a beer can.
Detective.
Lieutenant acknowledges you with a sharp note. He's leaving it to you. First we need to talk about your attitude. No. We need to talk about the man hanged out back.
Oh, this is about him. A real looker, that one.
You sure took your time, huh? Waited for him to get real ripe and pretty for you.
Oh, he was a real pretty boy. Hanging up there, letting out that pretty boy smell.
I can't for the life of me understand why you did it. I mean, I would have just left him up there. You must really like cleaning up other people's shit.
You did leave him up there. But it's okay, because I got Measurehead, the super race that's to take him down. I'm not even the one that cleaned it up.
You might want to start asking your questions now.
Shut up,
It's not
Lizzie.
going to get better than this.
Do a head count first. Connect these men to the tracks you saw in the yard. Chances are they're going to match.
Gonna scan the room then.
Starting from the right. Boot size 44. Blonde man. In his 30s. Overbearingly masculine. Sitting on his right. Standard working boots. Size 45 or 46. Eldest in the room. Probably mid-50s. Smoker. Quiet. Across at the other table. Hobnailed working boots. Size 43. Gang tattoos. Mesk or Sarah Mauritian. In his late 30s, early 40s.
Okay, a bit smaller.
He spent his youth in Villa Labos, a housing project in the Jamrock Quarter. There were incarcerations. Hard to say what else. The ink is fading.
Okay. That's a lot to get from a tattoo.
And then, standard working boot. Steel reinforced toes. Size 46. The big dick. Wide at the shoulders and lean at the hips. Rugby cap. Fingerless gloves. And numerous scars. A little under 40.
Another one in a bigger size.
Emblem on his vest says Rowing Club. A little patch below it reads T. Hardy, Captain. In the far corner, standard working boot, steel reinforced toes. Size 44. 40-something, non-alcoholic beverage in hand. You squint. Is that a plectrum?
And the little guy?
Size 41, with the light step. Not a child, after all. An older man with a rat face, mean, watery eyes, and 2 front teeth missing.
Okay.
In the middle, heaving and wheezing. Big guy. Boot size
That's
46.
our big boy.
Deep marks. Probably carried the victim over. He alone is 130 kilos. Add the man in armor, and you could easily exceed 220. In conclusion, these 7 are the actors on the crime scene. The footprints were theirs, but there's a discrepancy.
Now, where's Oddsoul?
Exactly. You've stood there for about 4 seconds, not saying anything. Hit them with questions. Where's the 8th Hardy?
The fuck is with you, fella?
Titus is staring at you with his head tilted. About 8 sets of footprints, but there's only 7 of you. Where's the 8th Hardy boy?
What are you talking about, madman? There's no 8th Hardy boy. There's 7 of us and we're all here.
Oh yeah?
Or what? You want to be the 8th Hardy boy? We ain't hiring.
I didn't want to be hired anyways.
Actually, boss, we've been talking and we think she could maybe...
She? So there's an 8th Hardy, and it's a Hardy girl? Who might it be? Elizabeth? The gardener?
Shut the fuck up, Glenn! I do the talking here. Now what the fuck do you want, cop?
So let me get this straight. There is an 8th Hardy boy. It's a she, and you don't like us talking about her?
That's right. We're not talking about this. This is a private Hardy Boys matter. Nothing to do with your shit. In.
Point to the lieutenant.
You're not cops here. Don't go digging around if you don't want a bullet in the back of your head. I'm watching you.
Good. We are all watching each other. Officer, your question.
There's no point in pushing it further, he thinks. This is already a victory. We'll learn more about this 8th Hardy sooner or later.
Oh yeah, we're gonna find that fucker. Oh, the man hanged in the backyard. Did you do it?
The pretty boy. You guys really love talking about that pretty boy.
Oh, damn. It's crazy. It's almost like that's the reason why we're fucking here, dumbass.
Funny. But my partner and I have a serious matter to discuss with you.
Why is there a container belt around the dead man's neck?
Container belt? Like we use in the harbor?
Yes, why?
Because we took it from the harbor where we work. Then we went out back and used it to hang him. We did this together, all of us, until he was dead. That's why there's a container belt around his neck.
Aha, so you just confessed to murder.
Goddamn right.
No. These 7 honest men have equally come forth. They told you what happened so that you don't waste any more of your time.
All 7 together. They're diluting responsibility. It's an anti-arrest tactic.
Okay. So, you murdered him just like that. No remorse.
How many people have you sent to the Shays? Ever felt remorse for them?
Chaise électrique is the method of capital punishment in Revachol under the Coalition. During the suzerain's reign, it used to be the firing squad.
Or send them to Reunion to rot. For 20 years. For life.
Says it as if it were worse than dying. I mean, yes, but these were all bad people, criminals, the scum of the earth. Look, I'm just doing my job, that's all. What we do is different. We enforce the law. You just kill people like it's nothing. Honestly, I drink so much I can't really remember anyone I've sent behind bars. Honestly, my best. I think my best response is I don't know. I guess I'm just gonna discount vigilante justice.
But you see, a lawman, is something people agree upon. And here in Martinez, we agreed that this man had to die.
Who called the shots that night?
Are you deaf? There will be no singling anyone out. You can't arrest a Hardy Boy without arresting all Hardy Boys. Do you think you could do that? Do you think you could arrest them all?
Shadow of a smirk passes her lips, and she tilts her head.
A trick question. Don't let her lead the conversation.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna keep talking to Titus. No, but seriously, who called the shots around here?
Who do you fucking think does?
He sounds more amused than angry. You do. You give the commands. I thought she did. The biggest animal dominates the herd. I'm guessing it's the big one. Gangs are usually run by the oldest, most venerable member. Everett Clare runs the union. You answer to him, right? The 8th Hardy Boy. The one who's missing. The big dick. I'm definitely not going to let him claim it. That's for sure. And point to Elizabeth. I thought she did.
It wasn't a question, dickwad. How fucking stupid are you?
This asshole is worse than... Titus runs the Hardy Boys, genius. That's why we're called the Hardy Boys. Ain't that right, fellas?
I think you got your answer, Mr. Law.
Yes, there are some administrative differences. But on that night, they all acted as one man.
When did the hanging incident occur?
You don't have to keep answering his questions.
I know, Lizzie. Relax. We killed him last Sunday night. Seemed like a good way to end the week.
How long had you known the victim?
Known him? We don't associate with scum like that, asshole.
So you just killed him randomly.
Yeah! Who do you think we are?
Quiet. He came around about 3 weeks ago when that Pines cow first sailed into town. Happy?
By the Pines cow, you mean Joyce Messier, the representative for White Pines? The same company you're striking against?
No. I mean the Pines cow. The stupid-ass cow they sent in to fuck us over. But you know what?
Rubs his chin, pretending to mull it over.
Why don't you ask her about the pretty boy? I'm sure she has interesting things to say when you ask her hard enough.
That's enough insinuation for today, Titus. Officer, your interview is drawing to an end. Don't waste your last questions.
Why did you kill him?
Why? 'Cause he was worthless mercenary scum. And he stepped out alive in my town.
So he was a mercenary. That's it?
And he He stepped out of line.
He repeats, jaw clamped shut like a vice. Okay, so you're not telling me how he stepped out of line or what law he broke under your jurisdiction.
What kind of
Nice.
mercenary?
The kind that shows up when you start a strike. The experienced kind, too.
Apparently not
Had
experienced
Koh
enough.
Hoi and Semenine written all over him. Ex-Oranese Special Forces.
A live grenade. Right here in our bar.
I can't prove it, but I know he was sent by the Wild Pines. They hire merc shit like that. Story of every strike from here to Samara.
Hold on. How do you even know he was in Special Forces?
Cause one night he walked straight up to the mic and said, I'm RNA's goddamn special forces, and I'm gonna fuck you all.
Really?
Yeah, really. Had a gin and tonic up there, sang some RNA's paratrooper song, and said he's gonna fuck everyone.
We couldn't believe it either, but he fucking did, right there. Like some kind of animal.
Jesus Christ. You sure he just didn't have a few too many drinks?
Sire, the tale is true. This is a serious violation of the karaoke code.
God damn, I need to... Okay, besides crimes against karaoke, what did he actually do wrong?
Wrong? He harassed women, raped one, harassed workers, threatened to kill some as a warning.
Okay. You know what? I understand. I'm starting to understand where you're coming from.
From rape to harassment to threats of violence. Why the strange de-escalation?
That's actually a good question as well. I don't know, maybe he's just starting off with the worst one and then like working his way down.
He regrets mentioning it. Hopes you didn't notice.
To kill us all, if we don't open the gates, if we don't let the scabs in, if we don't bend over. That was before he started coming here.
Okay, so this is before the karaoke night.
Yeah, he said it was his favorite joint now. Started coming here every night. Drinking, grabbing girls. Grabbed one of ours mid-karaoke, right there on the stage.
Yates Hardy boy.
He grabbed someone?
Lieutenant is trying to make sense of this flood of information.
Yeah. This girl's on the mic. A beautiful girl. Young. Gets into the second verse of Lover Lake. The fucker grabs her legs, starts screaming. Show me your cunt! Why don't you show me your cunt? Then, he gets knocked on the head with a wine bottle. Doesn't even fall down.
Was this the same girl who was sexually assaulted? Rape, you said?
Aren't you fucking listening? My man is talking to you. He took care of it. They got the girl out before anything else could happen.
Yeah, me and Eugene got her out. Aren't you fucking listening?
You didn't say that at all. What?
There's something odd here. Seems like they don't want to talk about that rape Titus mentioned. Why not? This is a serious allegation. Make them talk about it.
Right, but who did he rape then? It's a very serious allegation.
No, you're not getting the name. That's a Martinez matter, and I'm not discussing it with you clowns.
There's nothing you can do for now. He's stonewalling you.
How did you kill him? I doubt that he just let you drag his body over there.
We hanged him up by his neck until he got real still. Wasn't that obvious, copper?
Didn't they teach you anything at the cop school, idiot?
The fuck up, Shanky.
The autopsy did not reveal anything too conflicting this far. You just have to wing it.
We need more. Did you muffle him? We haven't heard any reports of screams.
Titus, you don't have to clarify anything.
We overpowered him, dragged his unconscious body to the tree, put a noose around his neck, and hanged him till he was dead and steady.
Then we left him for seagulls, maggots, and you fucks.
Make them a bit more uncomfortable first, then see if it all adds up.
Hmm. Wasn't he a trained killer from, special forces? If so, then how did you manage to overpower him? I mean, you were acting like he's some kind of trained killer. I mean, like big shot.
With numbers, asshole. How do you think? You're right, Lizzie. I've done enough explaining here.
No, he hasn't. Not yet.
Where? Where did this happen?
Weren't you fucking listening? The fucker came to our bar. It happened right here.
Things aren't quite right here, are they? I've got a high chance of composure. I'll try it.
Titus is solid as a rock, and so are a few others. But
First, tell me who's solid.
Elaine, who looks like he might be Titus's right-hand man, the least antsy of the bunch. Definitely not his first time being questioned by the police. This little rat-faced fellow is solid, too. Always fidgety, yes, but no change there.
Okay.
Him neither. Mostly keeps to his tomato juice, or whatever he's got there.
Yeah, and who's cracking? That Angus. This one. He's sweating profusely and has difficulty breathing. They smartly kept him out of the conversation thus far. Definitely the weakest link in the chain. Hey, big guy. You alright over there? You having trouble breathing?
No.
He looks up, startled, his forehead shiny from sweat. Two coiled locks are peeking out from under his warm woolen hat.
Of course he's having trouble breathing. Just look at how fucking fat he is.
Man next to the big guy bursts out laughing.
Fuck off, Shanky. Angus is a powerful guy. All muscle.
Keep your eye on this powerful guy. Sooner or later, he's going to break like a piece of twig.
What aren't you telling me? There's something that you're keeping out of this.
And fuck you, too, copper. Picking on Angus like this. We're done with this schoolyard shit. And just so you know, he doesn't have trouble breathing.
This one is a stone wall. You won't get more out of them about the night of the murder. Not yet.
I'm not even the one that was picking on him. What? Guy over here, Ratface, was just calling him fat. I was just like, hey, you alright over there? You're fucking wheezing. I was just checking on him. Anyways.
Like what, copper?
I think we're done for right now. I'm not going to step up to you. Got other shit to take care of.
Nothing. Your investigation here is done. Leave Martinez, go back to your stations where you belong.
Yeah, no, that's not gonna happen. Sorry, Lizzie.
I think we're going to stick around, thanks. Some things don't add up here, Titus.
Lieutenant closes his notebook. I'm starting to think that one of them, the missing eighth person, I think that they actually got the guy, and the rest of them, in an act of defiance to try to avoid arrest, are trying to cover it up. There was one murderer, and the rest of them are trying to cover. Split the blame. Make it to where we can't arrest all of them. So we find out who that 8th is. And that's our key.
I've done this job for long enough to know that people don't just confess to first-degree murder. Even if it is a group responsibility, we're going to look into this.
From a distance, multiple people view a disheveled detective stumble around the streets of Revachol without knowledge of their name nor their purpose in life. I mean, that's also true. I've fucked up so much already. Like, I probably don't look like I know what I'm doing at all.
Good luck with that. You've heard everything a rent-a-cop is gonna hear from us, real law officials. You're lucky you didn't get a beating.
Also, welcome to the stream, Serge. Nice to have you here. Godly authority check. No, I'm just gonna take off right now. I'll be back though. Don't you worry. You enjoy your drinks for the day. Could I can think about the finger pistols. I'm not sure if that will help. I'm genuinely not sure if I should be like, if I should hold on to this. Ooh, I've actually got 2 skill. You know what? I'm gonna 1 so I can start thinking about finger pistols, and then I'll keep 1 in the back for if it becomes like a big necessity. That's only going to take an hour anyways, so I think it'll be fine to have that. There is not the end, but can open up other options of progression. That's another thing I've noticed. This game is actually really good about that. Like, just because I fail in one area doesn't mean I'm lost. There are other options. Hey, buddy, you doing all right there? Geez, shit ain't nothing to me. Hey, old man, I got a picture. I'm actually kind of interested.
Vigilance officer, what can this old carabiner do for you?
Yeah, I found a guard boot. That I think was yours.
Yes, the Debardiers Union pays me to stand vigil during the night. Not out of any political allegiance, mind you. I'm an old man. Don't sleep more than a few hours every night anyway, and money is tight.
You must have seen something the night of the murder. Booth looks right into the yard.
Yes, it does. Unfortunately, I wasn't working that night.
That's convenient.
Been on a 2-week leave since last Monday.
And you just came back recently? Why are you on leave in the first place?
It's a private matter. Nothing to do with your investigation.
That's true.
You see, officer, René is the kind of man who would rather die than admit he needs medical assistance or, God forbid, sick it. A real man's man is just gonna ride it out.
Thank you, Gaston.
I'm fine, goddammit. Mind your own business.
Oh no, he's dying.
It's nothing. Just got to cut back on coffee.
So who was working your shift that night then?
No one. The boss has been unmanned since last Monday. There's no other guard. It's just me.
No one has been guarding the container yard since last Monday.
Yes. It's not actually an issue. I mean...
Well, it kind of is, seeing as how a murder happened during that time frame.
Look, officer, the container yard doesn't actually need a guardsman. Never had one before René. Monsieur Claire had that booth built specially for him. It's mostly decorative.
Mostly decorative?
The possibility Someone being in there is enough to discourage any ill-minded individuals.
Evrard created this job for René because he knows the Royal Carabiners' pension of honor and PTSD isn't something a man can live off. A decorated Kingsman collecting tear reflects bad on the whole neighborhood. His words.
Right. Big guys looking after small and everyone working together. No, that doesn't seem like him. He's got to have a reason. Such dependency only weakens a man further. Do or die. There is no middle ground. Renee is but one man. We need a program. Get all the elderly back in the job market. Keep folks motivated. Renee should rent out his services, invest the profit, get a few more guys, expand and repeat. Wage work is a dead end. Or there's absolutely nothing wrong with tear collecting. My side thing, too. Proudly holds out the tear bag. Oh. I forgot that I was holding that. Ooh. I'll play into it. Yeah, sure, the big guy probably is, helping out people. It's fine.
Can we conclude the topic of my guard boost now?
There's a grimace of pain on the old soldier's face. Looks like he wants to argue, but can't find words. Saw the picture in there. You were in it. Who's the girl?
She is nobody. This is none of your concern, and I refuse to discuss my private affairs with the RCM.
Hey, Gaston, what's up?
The lady is Jeanne-Marie Beaulieu, and she sure as hell wasn't a nobody.
Thank you, Gaston.
Yes. Like I said, it would be up anyway, so might as well keep an eye out. It keeps my senses sharp.
42%. I'm willing to give it a try. What is it about this old soldier that makes him stand so proud?
As Rene turns from
Yeah.
me to his partner and back, the medals on his chest rattle and glare. He keeps his spine straight and his ribcage lifted, displaying them proudly.
How many medals are there?
2. The larger one is shaped like a cross, while the smaller medal resembles the sun.
What's up
a
with the
crowned
cross?
head in front of 2 crossed rifles. The medal hangs from a blue striped triangle. It's the Croix de Bravoure, Cross of Valor. The cross was the highest battlefield decoration in Suzerain's armed forces, awarded for exceptional bravery in the line of duty, in service of King Frizzle I.
It is the highest battlefield decoration. No wonder he'd hold it proudly. What about the sun?
A small blue star inside an orange sun. It has the word Valiance written below. The setting sun was a decoration used to distinguish seasoned combat veterans in service of King Frizzle I during the Revolution.
Okay, so he got a very high battlefield decoration, and also recognized for his experience. Did you get them for
bravery?
What I was going to say, bravery.
I'm sure, but I know this uniform's reputation. You are also wondering if I got this for raping women or killing babies.
No, I actually wasn't. At all. What?
Honor is everything to me.
Says with grim finality.
Whoa. Sounds like you're about to open the gates of conversation. This man will literally talk your ear off if you let him wander off to memory lane.
Okay. But what did you get the medals for, then?
For doing my duty in the heat of battle. For looking my mortality in the eye. when men like Gaston here hid in the bushes and shot themselves.
Damn, you don't need to shit on Gaston. Come on.
He saved some muddy princeling who foolishly strolled into the front line in his gown of velvet and gold.
A princeling? Who? Like the king's son or what?
It was on the first months of the revolution here in Revachol. Unrest was spreading like wildfire. Marauders had taken most of the Couronne and were getting really ambitious. King Frisel thought he could end it all in one decisive strike. Sent his cousin, Drisson, to put an end to the unrest.
I see. So you fixed a stupid decision.
Alas, the young Drisson was all piss and no vinegar, wearing a tunic of purple velvet and cockatiel feathers to battle. Even his rifle was gold-plated, shone from 5 clicks away. Can you imagine the asininity?
Purple velvet tunic. That isn't exactly camo.
Yeah, that wouldn't blend in anywhere.
To keep the long and bloody story short, Drisson marched us against the partisans in Couronne. And when I say marched, I mean made us walk into captured enemy territory, single file, like toy soldiers, while he rode in front on his giant red stallion.
Yeah, really showing his battle prowess.
The rebels were smart. They let us come real close before opening fire. Suffice to say, it was carnage.
It must have been a bloodbath. Oh, a bloodbath.
I got shot in the left shoulder and went down. Just a flesh wound. But just as I turned over, the prince fell into the mud next to me. He was missing his lower jaw.
Man, that sounds like a horrible injury, but I don't think that men like him should be able to talk. So...
Then his horse, driven mad by the noise and smell of gunpowder, stepped on my leg and shattered my knee.
He pats his right thigh. Okay, well, then what did you do?
I grabbed my sidearm and shot the beast in the head. Then everything went black.
Okay.
Capitaine Arnaud, le fléau des chevaux.
The bane of horses.
Fucking call him the bane of horses.
When I came to, it was all over. It was just me and Jolas Tresson, gurgling in the blood-soaked mud right next to me. The dink had taken numerous flesh wounds and lost a lot of blood. But despite missing his jaw, he seemed hesitant to die. Tougher than he looked, that one.
That's no dink, that's a fighter. I'd give up. Can't imagine living without my jaw. Would never happen to Johnny Law jaw. My jaw is tight. I doubt that. I've been through worse. I'm not gonna say I've been through worse than losing my jaw. What? Now, that's no dink, that's a fighter.
So I grabbed the dink and started crawling. Kept going until the 59th Cavalry picked us up. Through some miracle, we both survived. And the joyless freak convinced Frisel to give me a medal for not leaving him to die in his own blood. Piece and shit. He was the commanding officer and I was on duty. Just doing my job. Shouldn't hand out medals for that. 13 months later, I received the Sun for distinguished service. It's not worth mentioning.
And very proudly for someone who doesn't seem to be proud of his medals.
You sense he's downplaying it. He did a lot more than his duty. More than anyone's duty. It's in his spine, in his billowing breasts, and untarnished self-worth.
Yeah, it sounds like you're being modest.
The old carabinier stands quietly like a statue, his features motionless.
What Monseigneur Modesty is not telling you is that he crawled over 7 kilometers before the cavalrymen found him and Drizant. 2 days later that was. And that even while crawling with a mangled half-dead prince on his back, he still managed to murder 3 rebels on his way.
Is that pride in his voice? It's deep down, but maybe even unbeknownst to the man himself, it's there.
Call him out on being proud of Renee. But impressive, it's men like Renee who made Revachol great ones. I'm not impressed. All those heroics, and where is he now? No, you gotta play. Oh, you gotta play to win. Look after you first. This doesn't seem like a good moment to express an opinion. Lean closer. I don't want to risk it. No, I'm gonna say, hold on. I'm gonna call him out on it. He's a bit proud of that.
Sorry, officer, but you're reading me all wrong. I'm a man of peace, and these kinds of bloody heroics are only impressive to men like René himself. Certainly not to me. How did you find the story to be, officer?
Yep, why not? I'm gonna say, quite impressive. That's pretty fucking impressive. I don't know all the other details one way or the other, but crawling fucking 7 kilometers over 2 days, carrying around just a sack of meat, barely even worth his fucking weight. Yeah, you know what? I would be impressed.
Maybe, but also bear in mind, officer. They don't end this out for anyone with a service record. Oh no, you have to get shot repeatedly, and you need to get your hands bloody too. Really, really bloody.
Do not speak of what you know nothing about, Poltroon. Duty is something you will never understand.
Thank you for the story either way, Renee.
Bah! There were many such stories in those days. Many such men, too. True Revacholians. Men with backbone.
Oh yes, René, yes. Men were bigger, girls were prettier, and everyone wore the fascia. Lord, please bring those days back, if you can.
I'm not getting into this with you again. Officer, was there anything else?
You should try to come up with a heroic story of your own. Impress this old soldier.
Nah, I'm not gonna do that. Mostly because it's a low chance. Thank you for your time.
It's clear you like the hard stuff, Brota.
What? Sounds like my stomach is growling.
Evening falls. The time has come to take the vow.
What vow?
The vows of blood and flesh.
What is my lower intestine going on about?
Lower intestine? The term is metabolic and circulatory system.
Okay, but what's the hard stuff?
Fascism, Brota.
Nope. Nope. What would you classify as fascism, Endurance?
Many things, but it's mostly about trusting your gut. Who does your gut tell you is the source of Revachol's problems?
I thought you were my circulatory system.
Quit stalling, Bruta. We're talking about the weakest, worst, most insane thing. The weak link.
Fuck. Man, I don't fucking know. Financiers?
Yes, them. But also, women.
No! Damn it, Endurance. Let me discard this thought.
Men of war. You don't like them. They're insane. Their idiocy needs to be scrubbed off this world with rubbing alcohol. Woo men need to go back to the fucking kitchen.
Where's this coming from?
That's what fascism boils down to. The rest is also important. But the main thing is that woo men need to know their place.
Am I having some kind of stomach seizure?
Stomach truth. You're having a stomach truth.
Why am I getting this?
Because you've said the hard things that others won't say. The good things, you've said them many times.
Fascism sounds so bad, though. What if we called it something else, like traditionalism?
Okay, yes, let's call it that. Good thinking. That sounds much better. Traditionalism. You like the sound of that.
Alright, I've made up my mind about fascism.
You're going to keep your views, right?
My
Keep your
views?
views, Brota.
Absolutely not. I'm not going to be played by an upset stomach.
There's a slow, painful growl somewhere in your intestines, knocking on your alcohol-engorged liver. It is one of betrayal and disappointment.
The fuck? I talked to one guy and it's like, ah, yes. Fascism, my favorite. No! Alright. I need to take care of a few things. So,
Snow covers the white on blue police livery of the motor carriage. The white colors nearly meld together.
so I'm gonna need to make sure that I go and talk to the woman that's like tripped out of her mind all the way off to the right. I need to follow up on that. Out of the 4 political choices in the game, purely from a gameplay standpoint, it isn't the worst one. I mean, I could see that. But damn, like, they go hard on that. Honestly, I'm not sure if any of the political choices that are actually in this game are going to sound good at all on paper. This game does a really good job of making every fucking decision sound like the worst possible thing that you could do. Yeah, wait, why am I even thinking about this? Wasn't I supposed to...
Do something important? Something murder-related? There's always something important. Doesn't mean you can't take a moment to admire this piece of machinery. This is a Caprice Kanema, the Caprice Motor Corps follow-up to their highly successful workhorse, Caprice 40, and the answer to the Lum's racing breed, Ferv series. With its air-cooled, rear-mounted 12-cylinder compression ignition engine, driving the rear wheels through a 4-speed manual gearbox, the Kanema is able to reach 100 kilometers per hour in 13.5 seconds, and go on to a top speed of 180 kilometers an hour.
That's pretty fast, I must say. Want to roll over in the first sharp turn?
The high center of balance is offset by a large battery bank mounted at the bottom of the cabin, feeding all the auxiliary systems and making the Kanema effectively a mobile power plant.
I mean, I did notice this actually earlier, so this tech talk is really rubbing me the right way.
Due to a quite steep price tag, it is very unusual to see one in police livery.
Machine really puts the loco back in locomotion. Very cool. I don't like your machine, Lieutenant. It looks impractical. I'm gonna compliment his car.
Mm-hmm. You want to take a closer look?
What's it packing in there?
130.
I reckon that's a 7-liter V12 there.
What, a 7-liter V12?
7.2. Supercharged.
Lieutenant is trying to suppress a smug smile. Unsuccessfully. Fine machine.
Yes. An extraordinary machine.
There's gentleness in the lieutenant's voice as his eyes run over the vehicle's contour.
Helium headlights would improve the range and quality of the visual field a lot.
Ever thought about switching to helium headlights?
Actually, I have a pair at home. Just haven't gotten around to fitting them yet. I need to lay some wiring for the ballast first.
You ever get this case? Well, if we ever get this case solved, maybe we can do it together.
Maybe. Yes, definitely maybe.
Slides with an apologetic smile and nods.
And means no.
Aw. Alright. Let's move on. Since I'm here, though, that's still running the time. So, I'm gonna hold off on that one, but I do need to call Alice back before the end of the day. Let's go check on that woman over here. I've talked to her before, but I really need to make sure that I actually cover the problem with her.
Lowman, you caught me at an opportune moment. This awful weather keeps me awake. You can entertain me with your questions.
Well, I do have one specific question. Are you the lady driver?
Did you just call me a lady, Herife?
Well, aren't you a lady?
The woman's malevolent cackling fills the roundabout.
I'm a lady like you are Gabriel Buenguerro. Only in dreams.
So you're not the driver everyone is terrified of.
I'm only terrifying to small children, and to those who used to know me.
Yeah, it's not her. Believe me.
Then why are you so scary to the people who used to know you?
Because they can no longer recognize the person I once was.
Oh. Oh, that's sad. Okay. Then who is the female driver I was told of?
How should I know? Do I look like I spend a lot of time with the other communers sniffing around when I have my movies to go to?
That's all I needed to know, thank you.
Oh, Sim.
Woman stares at you, her mind elsewhere now, on other matters. Well, that doesn't make this easy. I don't know, maybe I can ask the others.
A lorry stuck in the traffic jam. This big head, the windows are clear.
Yeah. Alright, hey. Hey, buddy.
Looking for something odd? Come to tell me to fuck off again?
I know you've been giving me the runaround. Fess up, where's the lady driver?
I don't know what you're talking about.
First, you knew Sealing didn't do it.
He did something. He stole his employer's goods and another lorryman's job. You should be thankful for the tip.
Grins a wide smile. Then why are you smirking?
Listen up, fuckwits. You don't scare me. You cops don't run Revachol West. You don't run Martinez. You don't run anything.
So who does? The lady driver?
No. He means La Puta Madre.
A legendary, and not in a good way, crime boss from Jamrock. Controls what is probably the most powerful organized crime outfit in Revachol West. Looks like the lieutenant has a plan. Let him do this.
Yeah, him.
I'm gonna cross my arms and nod.
Then I presume you are familiar with his peonies.
Yeah, they're his little bitches. He's got them all over the unions.
Not just the unions. He has peonies everywhere. Some say he even has them in the RCM. Dirty fucking peonies who'd do anything for him. Multi-ethnic drug addicts.
The lieutenant adopts a rodentine quality. Be cool, sire. He's getting into this.
Oh, yeah, no, Kim. Go off. Go off,
You're
buddy.
not peonies. You wouldn't be investigating a drug thing if you were.
No, of course not. We are not peonies. But if we were, and one of Madre's drivers were to be stealing from him, then it's a good peony's job to find out who that is.
He's surprisingly good at this. Not bad at all. Look at him lurching.
Oh, yeah, no, he's got this.
It's not a hard job. It won't take a long time. It won't make Padre Madre angry. But a stupid fucking racist is standing in the way, protecting this fucking thief.
I'm not scared of you or the mob. I'm under the protection of the Lorryman and Carter's Guild.
You've seen that corpse in the ceramic armor there. Did his shitty little guild protect him?
Nah, you wouldn't just leave him out there if you...
Tries to light a fresh cigarette, but his hands are shaking now. The sentence ends.
The lieutenant turns and gives you a barely perceptible nod. I softened him up as best I could. Now it's on you to finish the job. Be careful. This man's still got some fight in him by the looks of it. It won't be easy to break him.
I've got like no half-light. Mostly because of my physique. Damn. Ooh. The chances are very, very low. And I think I'm actually wearing something that uses my half-light. Let me see. No, I'm actually not. Do I have something that would increase it, though? Yes.
Looking for something, Aunt? Come to tell me to fuck off again?
Very low chance. It's 1 in 4. Why not? I'll give it a try.
The main thing is to not overdo it, even when you're trying to scare someone. The most important thing is, how does it look on your resume?
Yeah, I'm gonna go into it. Ooh. Now I've already failed this. Damn it. Well, let me have a little talk.
What? What do you think we're doing right now, Runt? We're outside, talking.
Damn it, I meant, do you want to find someplace private to... No,
There's
shit.
some kind of homo thing?
Why are people calling me gay again? I don't really know where that came
The
from.
lieutenant gives you a brief sideways glance.
We'll just have to ask someone else about the lady driver. Let's go.
No.
Looking for something, Aunt? Come to tell me to...
Failing the last time was so demoralizing and puzzling that you just can't work up the rage anymore.
God damn it. Oh no, I'm angry about it, alright. Don't you worry about that. Fuck. It's a 1 in 4 and a 50-50. And a skill point.
Now it's turning into a kind of a snow limbo, man. What's on your mind?
heard that one of the drivers is a woman. I don't think she's here. You know this lady driver?
I don't want to talk about that.
Just around, suddenly uncomfortable, then looks away. I don't mean to pry, but I need your help. Maybe involved with the drug business.
Man, I was hoping it isn't going to be her. All I can say is, she isn't around here anymore. She isn't some evil drug trafficker. And I don't know where she is.
Who is it? Like, who exactly is this? I'm not going to call you out on, like, kind of backing down. I understand. But, want to tell me who it is, at least?
Thank God I don't know. People here call her the Lady Driver. She kept her name a secret. From me, too. Now I see why.
Who is she?
A friend?
You.
An acquaintance. I don't know. She was the only person in this damn jam I could talk to. She's someone I don't want to rat out to the law, okay?
I get it. I understand. Give a description? I doubt it, but...
A youngish woman. Gruff, but in a cool way.
What color hair?
Blue and violet. Dyed. It was violet when she got here. Blue before she went.
Then she may have dyed it again.
And when did she leave?
Damn, I don't want to... Please just let it go. Whatever she did, it can't be that bad. She's not a bad person. I know that much.
We can't just let it go. It's part of a police investigation.
That's how it always is with you, isn't it? All part of the investigation. The girl's troubled. If you hunt her down, she may not survive it. I can't have that on my conscience.
It won't come to that. We won't pursue her on this. This is information only.
I don't believe you.
You said she's troubled. How?
She's got the darkness in her. That young person's darkness when you think it's all over. And you're looking for a way out.
She shared this with you?
Yes. Which is why I don't want to snitch on her.
Man life is just a joke. I was told everyone's afraid of her. You're not? Yeah, like, she scared a lot of people.
I heard the rumors. I saw the other drivers looking at me strange when we talked. And she told me, too, that she's had a violent life. But I wasn't afraid of her. More like for her.
Did this violent life include drug trafficking?
Well, it looks like it did now. But we didn't talk about that. We talked about life, you know? She talked about her mind.
Hold on, her mind?
The way it worked. The trouble it was giving her.
Ah. Did she leave her lorry behind?
Fuck, man. Go grill someone else with these questions, okay? There are plenty of drivers here who couldn't stand her, or were afraid of her. They'd be more than happy to rat her out.
He's right. There are other options. The raceman, for one. Wait, this guy says they're friends, then acquaintances. And he's okay with others ratting her out. Push Tommy and it will break his heart and his spirit. Don't expect you to be pals.
Poor Tommy. He's been so good. I like Tommy. I'm not going to push you on this.
Thank you, friend. Wow, this makes me feel like I should pick up smoking again. Would help with my rhymes, too.
You're already smoking. You know, I'll look into that more in a bit. I do have a couple thoughts coming through. Like, finger pistols is coming up pretty soon. That's actually got 3 minutes left. I don't know if it'll give me the upper hand, but it's something to work with. Still don't know where my badge is. Can't really do anything about the tattoos. Can't sing karaoke without the song. Can't get into the passage. I do need to check the door behind the greenhouse. I forgot to do that yesterday. It'll give me some time to waste. Hey Kuno, what's up?
Fuck,
You doing
does
alright?
Kuno care?
He doesn't care.
Kuno
Never mind.
doesn't fucking care.
Okay, that's great, Kuno. Thank you. Thank you for that.
What do you see?
Now we've been through all of that. That must be the door that I was talking about. You have to go the long way around.
Whoa. What have we here?
A bridge.
A bridge with loose nails and rot-infested wood that creaks in the wind. A construction code violation if there ever was one.
Yeah. Let death come, I'm a Revacholian badass. No. And you got a construction violation.
True. They never cleaned up the war damage. The rest of Revachol looks better, though.
I had to think about the
The bridge is
splinters.
fine enough. Locals use it all the time, after all. It's nothing to worry about. Shall we?
Alright, if Kim says it's fine, I'll take his word for it. For now. For now.
There must be another way into the building.
Jesus. Him. Scaring the shit out of me.
This must be it. The basement door is weather-worn. The copper nails holding the upholstery in place have turned green from sea air, and there's a knocker shaped like a lion's head. The leather upholstery is worn and rough against your jaw. You don't hear any movement. In fact, it's oddly silent in the yard around you. No birds chirp. You knock silently. The upholstery muffles the sound. No response comes from the apartment.
I guess no one is in?
Then what's your opinion on the task that we're undertaking?
Let's be honest. This isn't what I joined the RCM for, but every day tells you something new about yourself.
Didn't reply, still inspecting the padded door.
Apparently, working with the local union boss to get info on an investigation is not something I'm squeamish about.
So you don't mind if I unlock the door?
I mind that the local thug is using the RCM for his busy work. But if this gets us to the bottom of this hanging, then I'm willing to look over it. On the other hand, we could just leave and tell Evrart we opened the door. No one seems to be tailing us to see if we actually did it.
Lie to Evrart? That's also an option?
Yes. Presenting a fabrication is known to get results here and there. You took this task. You make the call.
The door is right here. You can just open it and be done with this. Besides, if you never open it, you're never gonna find out what's behind the door.
I mean, Kim's okay with it. I'll unlock the door.
You try to be as silent as you can. It takes a bit of rattling of the handle to loosen the bolt. Finally, the door unlocks with a small clack. Thoughts race through your head. Finger pistols, 9mm.
9mm finger pistols.
Snap, snap, baby. Turns out guns aren't that much for protecting as they are for attacking people. If you want to protect people, really work for them, you have to whip out your signature dual 9mm Villiers finger pistols. Who needs real guns anyway? That conversation you just had? It would have gone better had you snapped those bad boys at them. Note, 9mm dual finger pistols do not count for an actual weapon in a gunfight.
Hey, they do if you're ballsy enough. Reaction speed, +1. Safety's always off. Empty hand slots give suggestion +1. Ooh. That's not bad.
A row of mugs sits on the shelf. Each one depicts a human figure. A dark-skinned woman grinning amidst mysterious symbols. A broad-shouldered man shoveling potatoes, and others. A little ring. Though cheerful, the images on the ceramic make you vaguely uncomfortable. There's something disdainful in the way the curves and lines of the bodies were drawn.
What do I mean, uncomfortable?
It looks like the artist is celebrating diversity, but underneath, he's just making fun of these people.
So he's just playing on stereotypes and shit. I don't see these as stereotypes. I think they're honest acknowledgments of different. Cynical, slippery bastard.
You ain't gonna change someone's mind by calling them a bastard. The lieutenant picks up one of the mugs, then puts it back down with a look of disdain.
I'm beginning to feel better about breaking into this man's apartment.
Move on from the mugs. Earl lives here, admires fair-haired fantasy heroes with big muscles. Take a shirt. Book titled The Hidden World of Walking Sticks lies open. Take his magnesium. Small suitcase full of clothes. Guess you're staying over? Balcony with a view with a yard and the hanging. Smoker up there could be a witness. Talk to him. Can I shout at you?
You see a young man on a balcony nursing a cigarette. His eyes have been following you for a while.
Not looking for any trouble, officer.
Says in a quiet voice. Despite the cold, his shirt hangs unbuttoned on his frame.
It's the voice of someone who has something to hide, my liege.
I still don't know why drama keeps calling me liege and sire. Late young man, trouble's found you. No trouble for me. I just want to know what's going on here.
I don't want to be seen talking to the gendarmerie if that's okay. I just want to finish my cigarette.
Don't let him go. This could be your witness. The balcony has a great view of the whole thing.
Actually, the gendarmerie, really needs to talk to you.
Is it really that important?
He asks you, adjusting his shirt.
Like a nervous cat, he keeps stealing looks at the neighboring windows.
All right, but make it quick. Once I finish this cigarette, I have to run.
Like you've got a good view of the Whirling's backyard. Can you tell me anything about the hanging?
I can tell that you finally got him down. Thank you. It was quite a disturbing sight, even by Martinet's standards.
What were you doing last Sunday?
Oh. You already asked me that, didn't you?
No, I didn't.
Wait, is someone else investigating the lynching?
Did you? Look at Kim.
No, not you two. Some more muscular type.
And when did you speak to this more muscular gentleman?
Lieutenant takes out his little blue notebook and writes something
Last
down.
week? I don't know. Look.
He looks around the courtyard again. Snow blankets, the old patio chairs, and dead house plants. And all the neighboring windows are black.
A downy blanket of white to cover up the miserable poverty of the scene.
You didn't answer the question. What were you doing last Sunday?
I had a friend over.
What kind of friend?
He was my Sunday friend.
What's your friend's real name? Did he see anything?
He doesn't reply, gesturing no with his cigarette. Under the grey sky, snow continues to pile on the neighboring windowsills.
Can you tell me your name?
My name? My name is Martin Martinez.
That's definitely not his real name.
You're not actually called Martin Martinez, are you?
No, of course not. Could you please lower your voice?
Scans the courtyard. It's silent like the bottom of a well. Every sound captured and reflected back. Alright, we'll talk later about this.
No. We won't. Now, if you'll excuse me, I really need to get going.
Come on, man. It's alright, you can stay here, it's fine.
Time to bring out your secret charm. Tears and begging. Show him your emotional side. Throw yourself before his very feet like a dog.
What do you want from me? Do you want me to cry? Huh? No. Fuck it, let's get dramatic. Please don't go. I'll stop drinking. I'll take the trash out. Just please don't leave me.
Trash?
Young man shakes his head in confusion.
Please don't go. I'll even stop smoking inside.
Listen, I really have to go.
With a flick of his wrist, he sends the extinguished cigarette sailing over the rail.
Good luck with the investigation.
Thank you. Thank you. I'll still be talking to you later, even if you don't like it.
He's gone.
Lieutenant puts away his notebook and turns to you. We should run after him, see where he went.
No point in running. Tenements like these often have multiple exits. If he doesn't want to talk to us, then he'll know how to hide himself.
So we just give up?
He could be a witness. Him or his Sunday friend. Either way, we need to look into that muscular type who's asking about our case. There has to be a way of getting inside the building.
Also true.
Once we found a way in, we can ask around for his apartment.
Yep, let's do it. Okay, so that will give me logic. Talk to Titus and establish authority. Find Morel, the cryptozoologist. Southwest across the canal. You know what? I still have some time. Why not? I'll investigate that. It'll give me something to do for a little bit. I should have a breakthrough soon for my other thing that I was looking into.
There's a pile of cheap sunglasses in a small box, a variety of shapes and colors.
You like sunglasses, officer? I've got the latest styles right here.
The vendor takes a pair of sunglasses and sticks them under your nose. Fine, I'll try them on.
Abort. These are hideous. What's more, they don't even fit your face. You can feel them pinching your nose and chafing against your brow.
Damn, officer! You look like a mega secret spy. Very secret. They're practically made for you. I'll let you have them for 2 real and 50 cents.
It's going to be very difficult for anyone to take you seriously with these things on your face.
No, you are definitely not buying those.
Lieutenant gently removes the glasses from your face, setting you free again. Yeah, I'm too sensible.
Are you sure? But they look so good on you. You should think this through, officer.
Shades of self-destruction? Okay.
These are all boring. Boring third-rate ho-hum sunglasses made of cheap Syrahese plastic. The kind of plastic that melts in the sun.
What's the point of a sunglass? Pair of sunglasses, I should say, that melts in the sun.
Those UV stickers are almost certainly just there for the show. If anything, these lenses probably direct more UV light into your pupils. A UV magnifier.
Thank you, drama.
These are all first-rate sunglasses. Premium design, superb material, very cool. UV resistant. These will definitely keep your eyes safe and cool while doing your dangerous police work.
Okay, there's got to be something in this. Ah, I see. A pair of water blue shades. Writing on the left temple says, Sub-insolent rendezvous. Frame appears to be hand-carved out of bone.
Oh, very interesting choice, officer. Very high culture.
For the first time, the street vendor's voice trails off as he watches you inspect the glasses. I'll try them on.
This is how a sea monster sees the world. You've become a sea monster. Giant, hidden, and strangely tender at heart. All is blue. Yes, but they also make your soul quiver like jello. So deep.
Ah, so deep.
Wow, officer. You look so cool.
Street vendor has picked up his pace again as you observe the world through deep sea-tinted lenses.
And they can be yours for a mere 3 real. My regular customers have passed them all up because they've got no taste. But you found them.
Kim, what about these?
The lieutenant tilts his head and steps back, eyes narrowed in a thorough examination. It's a case to him.
You look like a musician. Like a blind musician. But you could do worse. Take them if you want.
True. It would help my inland empire, but lower perception. I'll pass up for now. We've gotten shirts.
There are clothes inside. Cheap second-hand clothes, smelling of strangers' body odors.
Don't be shy. These are premium class clothes. Good
I doubt that.
fabrics, best retro design. Save the economy with your style, officer.
Save the economy? That sounds off.
Save the economy? What are you talking about?
Haven't you heard, officer? We've got to be economically conscious. Recycle your cash, keep it in circulation. Don't buy new things. Buy eco.
Right. Thanks for the advice. I'll try to be more economically conscious.
Very cool. The economy thanks you, officer.
Let's look
You
at it.
find your hands deep in tattered and faded garments made from weird polyester blends that make your body itch and sweat in all the wrong places.
Well, that doesn't sound good at all.
Economical, but also trendy. Look first-hand. Buy second-hand. Keep the economy moving.
Yeah, I've got a good chance of this. Why not?
Something cold grazes your hand. Synthetic and sleek. A windbreaker. Surf, it says, but also wind, summer, 100% waterproof, and sport. All in different typefaces.
That doesn't sound good.
Good choice, officer. Mega sporty. And it's only $4.50 for you, sir.
Pass for now, thank you.
You see two lowly, defeated speakers, thralls, slaves basically, perched atop them like conquerors surveying the land. A pair of found, durable wear sneakers, ultra serious.
Ooh.
I can see you've a taste for luxury, officer. Can't keep your eyes off those sneakers?
Back to speakers.
These once respectable speakers have been conquered, reduced to a mere prop by the indomitable found ultras atop them.
No, don't look at the speakers, officer. Look at the sneakers. The sneakers are the stars here.
What about the speakers, though? Doesn't anyone want those speakers?
These, officer? These speakers are Samaran garbage. I'm ashamed to even use them for props. Don't waste your time on them.
Samaran trash? That sounds like they're from the Samaran People's Republic, produced under the dictatorship of the proletariat.
Can't I just buy the sad, conquered Samaran speakers?
No way, officer. These aren't for sale. They're bad speakers. Low-fi socialist junk.
That's why I want them. I think I might be low-fi socialist junk myself. I don't have time for junk. I lead a luxury life. But I need some speakers.
Well, if you want them. But see, they are the pedestal for my sneakers. If I let go of the speakers, where will the sneakers go? I can't leave premium lifestyle sneakers on the ground.
That's where they're gonna be when you put them on your feet, man.
If, on the other hand, you wanted to buy the sneakers too, I could maybe throw in the speakers for little extra. 50 cents?
Damn, so you have to buy the sneakers first.
Fuck.
A pair of Faun Ultras. The design is impossibly sleek and simple. A futuristic silhouette with a sleek monochrome colorway, a jet black upper, and a silver-lined midsole.
So are these fake, or is this an actual thing?
Those sneakers, mister. Those sneakers are the latest Faun sneakers. Super air, super fine, super cool. Only 50 real.
They're fake.
Only? That's madness. Faun Ultra. We're the future. You remember the slogan from some magazine?
Holy fuck, though. Reaction speed, hand-eye coordination, Boston Encyclopedia. I actually get dumber wearing these? Nah. Fuck that.
Everything's still cool here, officer.
Oh, I'm sure that it is. So cool. Yeah, we got some more trash at least. Hot air rises up from the sewer. Sour, acidic, and strangely comforting. So where was he investigating? Probably look into that. Water lockout of order until Wednesday, 7:15 a.m. That's not great. Hey, you.
Good morning to you, officers.
A burly man hangs out by the waterlock, carving up a generous serving of salami with an old hunter's knife. His eyes are fixed on a man stranded on the other side of the waterlock and on an enormous billboard that has fallen down into the canal between them.
So, first things first. What are you doing here, man on the waterlock?
My friend Barry the Butcher is stuck on the other side of the waterlock. I'm keeping him company and eating his salami.
From the corner of your eye, you see a man in a yellow shirt and grey overalls waving at you from across the canal. He seems disappointed about the wreckage on the waterlock and the salami.
Very good stuff. Anything I can do for you, officer?
Man in the waterlock picks the skin off a slice of salami and takes a sizable bite. Do you know what caused this wreckage?
I wasn't here to witness it, but those look like tire tracks on that sign. Weird, huh? Then again, plenty of daredevil drivers in Rivershoal.
Could that be our car that broke through the fence?
The words "daredevil driver" sound ominous to you.
Too bad it also takes a year and a day to repair anything around here, especially a waterlock. The rest of the coast is closed off till then.
You know what's further down the coast?
Well, there's the fishing village, an abandoned fish market, a bizarro church. Not much use to the congregation, though. There always seems to be something wrong with it. Yeah, not really much else. Just bombed out ruins.
Can I have some of your salami?
Sure thing.
Thank you.
Want some too, officer?
Why not?
Lieutenant ponders the offer for a moment, then decides to go for it. He takes a slice of salami and chews on it. Cool. We got some fucking salami. Hell yeah. Sorry for any noise in the background. The toddler's getting into trouble. Well, found out what happened to the guy, kind of. That'll be fixed tomorrow, apparently.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
Let's pick up the radio.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you?
You heard back about the serial number?
Yes. The armor was produced by Fairweather in their facilities in Bétancourt, sur la Clé in 42. It was part of a special order for Corps de Pharmacie, a security firm contracted to protect the interests of Oranese pharmaceutical companies. So, it seems the armor went to Seminine. That's where the paper trail ends, though. Even the firm has proven difficult to track. Corps de Pharmacie has been renamed several times over in the years since the armor was issued.
You know what it's called now?
The most recently registered firm that the ICP has been able to connect to the CDP is a military contractor called Trinell, and the one before it was Downwell. I think they might be the same contractor.
Okay.
A suit of armor like this would have been manufactured with a particular person's physique in mind. You should ask for whom this suit was fitted.
Suit of armor like this would have been customized to fit the wearer. Must be a record of the person it was issued. It's true. Gonna be able to find out more about the guy.
Yes, but the ICP tends to be reluctant to share private sector records. I could try to talk them into it, though.
Would appreciate it, Alice.
This is a fun challenge for her, an opportunity to contribute beyond doing her job by rote. She'll gladly put in the extra effort for Team RCM.
Yes, thank you, officer. I really appreciate your efforts in this case. Yes, please do try. It's imperative that we learn whose armor this was. And obviously, yeah. I'm just gonna thank her. Keep it professional.
Glad to help. Call back tomorrow. Hopefully I'll have more for you then.
Appreciate it.
'57's over and out.
In the cabin, you see a set.
That's good shit, though. Gives me more to work with. So, tomorrow I've at least got I can maybe get some more information about the guy. Oh, the guy that owned the armor. If not the guy that was hanging in the tree, then at the very least, like, who owned it before? Maybe I'll pick up the paper trail somewhere. Not to keep going with the thing for Joyce. I don't know how I would be able to find out more about the tattoo. Keep searching for the caller despite lacking any obvious leads. This may take some time. Alright, well, I need to go back to Everard. Maybe he can get me my gun. Might even know where my badge is, honestly. But first, hey Manana.
Hello, Wandering Man. How can I help you?
Actually, do you know anything about the Hardy Boys?
Los Ardis? They're an independent militant group. A bit too high-strung, but it comes with the responsibility. They're sort of like you. Preserve the rule of law and all that. Except it's Everard's law. But really, they're just like you.
Oh yeah, pretty much. Yeah, turns out that weasel had a pretty interesting colonial mug collection.
Yeah, the janitor who gave me the key to his apartment said the guy's a bit of an asshole.
His mug collection certainly represented antiquated social values. See how we're all busy concentrating on the racist mugs? That's what the real ruling class wants. A man with such a funny mug collection can't be that bad. All I'm saying is he had lots of mugs. Definitely some antiquated values.
Like I said before, I don't know much about this weasel, but the bossman said he's a real piece of work. Thanks for helping out, friend.
Thank you. Alright. I don't want to talk to Everard again. I hate talking to Everard. He's just generally not a fun individual to talk to. Can't do anything else about this, right?
You're back before the cargo container. Its draw has not lessened since you were last here. If anything, it seems to have grown slightly. No reply.
Persuade the door to open? Oh, and its chances are increased because I've been in the world for 2 days. Or is it because the box has been in the world for 2 days? I don't know at this point. I'm glad that my chances are getting better by the hour, though. Hey, buddy.
Oh, hey, mister. I knew you'd be back to talk with old Leo here. Yes, I did. It's like Lady Larice said when she opened a bathhouse in the basement of my apartment building. They can only get so far before they're aching to get back. And lots of folk really did keep coming back.
No, I'm not going to tell Leo to shorten his greeting. I had some questions for you. Is that not too much trouble?
No trouble at all, mister. No trouble at all. It's like that old saying goes, wisdom withers if not shared. And old Leo is always up for sharing.
Well, apparently you got nothing else to share, so... Everard. Stair made of pallets leading up. Hey, Everard. Missed you, buddy.
Mr. Dubois, every worker...
Leans toward you, waiting for you to complete his sentence. Every worker, a member of the board. That's the strike cry. Every worker is a living god. Every worker for himself, or every worker is an organ in the great state, or in the great state organism of war, also looks just like me. Every worker is a living god.
Ha ha ha! Mr. Dubois, so be it. How can I help you today?
I opened the door you asked me. Can we discuss the murder now?
I'm very glad to hear that, Harry. One question. You didn't actually happen to stumble in and see what's inside the apartment, did you?
He's trying to figure out if you're lying.
I may have gone inside and seen a collection of racist mugs.
Just as I thought. Culturally antiquated mug collection. What a weasel. Pissing on Everart's Rainbow Coalition.
He was testing you, and you succeeded.
Now let's get down to brass tacks. It's time for men like me and you to figure out who's killed who and why. Real police work is gonna start happening now. I promise you, Harry, this is gonna be good.
Oh, I'm sure that it is. Heard about a connection between the lynching and the strike. I'd like to hear what you know about it.
By now, I'm sure you've figured out who the dead man was working for. The bad guys. Wild Pines. Sent to scare us. Another violent measure of the top hats against us flatcaps.
I'm listening.
Harry, this strike is the culmination of many, many mistakes made by the Wild Pines group. They tried to shut the strike down by sending in armed mercenaries.
Right. I heard about that.
You mean our victim?
A security contractor? Can you imagine that? Workers standing in peaceful protest, united in the spirit of fellowship, and they send hired killers to mow us down with machine gun fire?
He performs a motion as if spraying bullets from a machine gun.
I'm talking beasts, hardened killers from proxy wars in Yisut, Semenine, Sadamoritsa, you name it, they've done it. Raping, killing, burning villages, killing little children for the Senorita Pineapple Company, Harry.
That's quite the accusation.
Everything they did there, they brought over here. They want to turn Revachol into a third world slum. Honestly, the only thing they didn't do is kill the village elephant.
Wait. You have a village elephant?
No, Harry, the elephant is metaphorical and so is the village, but the mercs and their brutality are very real.
I'm sure. Why one of them was hanging from a tree.
Now, I haven't personally witnessed the brutalities out there. I have the luxury of staying in my container, you see. If I need to go somewhere, they just move my container.
Wait, they just pick you up and move you?
Yes, I'm an old man, Harry. My legs aren't what they used to be. They lift my office with that big crane. It's actually very fun. You should try it.
Maybe I will.
But enough about me and my fun container. The killers the company hired, I think there were 3 of them, all hardened commando types. One of them got downright suicidal, getting drunk, violent, a little rapey. Even their own negotiator couldn't control him. That's your boy, the one who likes hanging out and trees.
By negotiator, you mean Joyce?
Harry, what you need to realize is, we dock workers are not pushovers.
Clearly.
We got grit, Harry. This whole neighborhood does. Push us hard enough and we push back. And when we do, we push to kill.
Okay. So who exactly did the pushing?
There's a militant wing inside the Union. A group of people whose duties don't involve manual labor, but peacekeeping in the neighborhood, making sure everything runs smoothly.
That's the Hardy Boys.
That sounds a bit like organized crime.
They're like you guys. Idealistic people who want to make sure bad things don't happen. And if they already have, well, punishment must follow.
Again, that sounds like organized crime.
So these idealists killed our victim?
One day Titus Hardy, leader of this peacekeeping faction, comes up to me and says, "Boss, socialist democratic fervor drove us to take it upon ourselves to kill this beast that was burdening the land." He probably worded it differently, but that was the idea. Sure sounded to me like they killed him. I gave them 2 weeks paid leave and told them to lay low to avoid retaliation.
Yeah. Working out really well for them so far.
Aren't you worried we might arrest them for this?
Oh, I'm not at all worried about that. These are not the kind of men who get arrested. They're Martinez boys, tough and gritty. I'd like to see the man who takes them in. Besides, I sent my lawyer girl to look after them.
How do you know if mercenaries were hired by the shipping company?
How do I know? Let me tell you about these people. That's their MO. It's what they do. Last winter, some poor workers in Terminal E went on a little strike. The company sent in Sediment, a security contractor. The strike was over the workers' right to wear protective footwear, Harry. These guys turn up and start beating people. Tell you what, Harry, I wouldn't be surprised if we got the same mercenary company after a little rebranding. And I'm sure as hell not surprised to see an army of scabs under my gates.
So basically, just armed strikebreakers.
So you believe the scabs were organized by the security contractor?
You said it. Hell, one of those guys looks big enough to take down that proverbial elephant. Boys like that don't just happen to show up during strikes.
Name of the company is Krenel this time. Might have been sediment before.
Of course. You're always one step ahead of me, Harry. I'm no genius. I'm in this position because people like me.
I'm sure. Tell me about T.S. Hardy and his crew.
Oh, they are simply fine young men. All 7 of them. Exemplary union members. Always working to advance their position in the local socialist democratic movement. Core members. Old Theo used to run them, but things really kicked into gear when Titus took the reins and named the group after himself. Gotta love his initiative.
Interesting. Who's second in command?
They're almost all of them great guys, born leaders. Whatever happened, I'm sure they only had the best interests of Martinez and Revachol in mind.
I'm still thinking that it was actually a single murder, trying to protect a person.
Work with them. Hell, interview them. But don't fight them. They really are just like you. Men who like beer, women, and some order on the streets.
I met the Hardys. Can you ask them to cooperate with me?
But of course. It's the least I can do for my good friend Harry. I'll do it right after we've concluded this talk.
You can now go and tell Titus about this. See what he has to say.
Also, Harry, here's 5 real.
Why are you giving it to me?
I'm not giving you anything. I'm just holding out 5 real.
Sure, why not?
The lieutenant watches you pocket the banknote. He looks a little puzzled.
Good boy. A real team player. Now, do you have any more questions?
Nah, let's conclude for now.
I'm not sure we made much headway here. I was hoping we'd bust the case wide open. Heck, I even wanted to tell you what I really want to achieve with the strike. I don't know what happened, Harry. I wanted you to feel like Mr. Martinez. And of course, I also wanted you to find your gun. But it's like I can't completely trust you. Yet.
God, you're gonna make me do more shit, aren't you?
Yes, Harry. It's like I can't fully trust you if you're not a man of the left. I want to, but I just can't.
A man of the left. So you have to be a social democrat. He's been hurt too much in the past by men who aren't social democrats.
Not a man on the left, I'm a patriot of Evershore. Right not to trust me, I take care of me, I'm a hustler, I grind, I'm a money engineer. What's that supposed to mean? I'm more left than you are? Or it's another corrupt scheme, isn't it? I'm neither left nor right. I do what my heart tells me to. No, No. Not a fan of this guy. I'm gonna want to call him out on it.
What does your heart tell you about your lost gun, Harry? Does it tell you to forget about it? Or do you think it wants to be found? I think it's lonely and cold. I think it wants to be found, and I have a proposal for you.
And what would this entail?
Once again, I require nothing unethical or illegal of you. You just need to get 2 little signatures on this piece of paper, and then mail it to my accountant in La Delta.
What are the signatures for?
I'm glad you asked, Harry. The Union is going to build a modern youth centre in Martinez. It will be righteous. We're gonna get those teenagers off drugs and on roller skates. There's a nameless little street on the coast with some old houses around it. Most people have already signed. I just need 2 more signatures to get this mission off the ground, Harry.
Where is this place actually? Like exactly.
On the coast, Harry, across the canal. There's a cul-de-sac there, a little village they're calling it. A gloomy place. You'll find it. I trust your detective skills, Harry.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to get there until tomorrow though. What about the current occupants?
They are just gonna have to deal with the construction noise for 6 months, and then they'll be living like kings. Right next to a fancy new youth centre, designed by the best architects from Stella Marie.
Is he absolutely sure the tenants won't be thrown out in the street.
Are you 100% sure no one's going to end up homeless?
Am I? Harry, these people, Martinez is the most important thing in my life. I would never let anything bad happen to them. We're gonna build a youth center there.
Sure.
The value of their properties goes up and kids have a place to play in. I'm looking out for these people, not pulling the rug from under them, Harry. I'm looking out for all of Martinez, not just the harbor.
What do you think of this, Kim?
It depends. I don't think what we just got from Mr. Clare was very useful.
But, he thinks, it's your call.
As I said, it weighs on me heavily. But once we get really talking, well, I'm gonna hand you the keys to Martinez, and maybe even help you figure out who's behind this killing.
He's saying as little as possible, as vaguely as he can, deliberately omitting things.
Fine, if I happen to be there, I can ask them.
You bring joy to my heart, Harry. Such a pleasure to be working with you. Here.
Hand you an open white envelope. Yeah, you didn't tell me shit.
You need to get signatures from Isabel Sadie and Lillian Carter. The cul-de-sac is right past the pawn shop and across the canal. I hear there is some trouble with the water lock, but they should fix it by Wednesday morning. Once you have the signatures, mail this to 13022 La Rocca in La Delta. Then we can talk about your gun.
Sure we can. What's in the container that's outside your office?
My dear Harry, there are literally millions of containers in this harbor. I couldn't possibly remember what's in all of them.
Now, there's something special about it. It was attached to the crane.
Harry, you smooth-talking son of a bitch. Time is a precious resource, and I don't have enough of it to count containers with you.
Smooth talking. Maybe that's the way to go about opening the container. You should at least try convincing it.
Oh. Turns out the strikers were being served an alcoholic brew. I stopped this madness.
I don't know what that means, Harry, but I love it. I love your initiative. Knowing you're out there keeping things running lets me focus on the big picture stuff. Don't even tell me what was going on. Alcoholic brew, stronger, stopped it, strike. I'm just gonna let you surprise me, Harry.
Sure. Thank you, Everett. Thank you, Everard. You're great.
See you soon, Debardeur. Just kidding, but not too much.
Yeah. Finish that thought.
Bad news. Guillaume Lemillion did not become a cop.
Fuck.
In 38, he went on a tour to the Sinyao province in Safre, where he died of autoerotic asphyxiation. His body was found hanging from a decorative dragon tree in his junior suite amid drug paraphernalia, unwholesome objects, and the Sylvia Trainer single, Wonderland, skipping in the background. And yes, you can take this as a metaphor for Revachol in the 30s, and also as a warning.
Right. +1 pain threshold, blood oxygen is boring. All psyche learning caps raised by 1. Not bad. Not bad. But also pain threshold because of the asphyxiation. Oh well. I can't do anything about that until Wednesday, fortunately. Do I get a bonus for smooth talking the, trying to smooth talk the container open now?
You're back before the cargo container. Its draw has not lessened since you were last here. If anything, it seems to have grown slightly.
No, I don't. Damn. But I can at least go back and try to talk to the guys again. Maybe they'll be a little bit more willing to talk to me on account of Everard giving them a go ahead. Also, muscle-bound person. Hey, Measurehead. You looking into our shit?
Descent has only worsened since I last saw you. You have.
Why are you not with the Hardy Boys?
I am not the first line of defense. I am the last. In addition, these so-called Hardy Boys are an effeminate clique of bodybuilders. Their company is spiritually degrading.
Effeminate. Okay.
You pick up on something artificial in his tone, like he's putting on an act. This is unlike him. He is usually more himself.
There's more to it. What have you got against them?
Fine. They have recently fallen under the influence of a possibly sexually perverted female vagrant and a narcotics peddler. It's shameful.
Shit. Wait. Is the lady the 8th Hardy Boy?
Find out for yourself. Endomorphic blob.
Interesting.
Hold on. So wait. Are we gonna... Are the Hardy Boys gonna be able to tell me more about... about the lady? Oh, please say yes. Hey, Hardy Boys. Got some more questions for you.
Looks like the circus left town, but the clowns are still here.
He just does not look particularly happy to see you. Me and Everett talked. Oh, Everett talked. He promised you'd cooperate.
Oh, so you went and talked to my mommy, and now she's making me play with you. Is that it, lawman?
Oh yeah, since you're being a fucking prick.
And what's gonna happen if we don't? You're gonna go and tell on us?
Very mature guys. Why don't you push me some more and find out, Gimp? I would never tell on someone.
I would, though.
He says as casually as if he were commenting on the weather.
Typical Bino Claude. Always a tattletale.
Shakes his head resentfully and continues.
Everard sent word you two would be around again. That's the only reason I'm being so forthcoming with you. Don't wear it out.
But having Everard back you up like that did seem to have some effect.
Talk about the hanging
again. Just get the dead guy's autograph, since you're his biggest fan.
Good one, Titus.
No, he's not going to tell me anything.
Fucking time.
And I cannot establish authority at all with him. I don't think I have anything that would help me with authority. I know I don't have anything that's lowering my authority. That's not logic. No, I don't have anything that would help with that.
I've got nothing to say to you. Why are you wasting your time?
Are you the hardy
am
girl?
not.
You could be Liz. You could be anything. You could even be a model.
Even a mod? Glenn, I went to law school. I am an attorney.
Yeah, Glenn. Attorneys don't model, right? Okay. Can I at least give her an update about stuff?
Hello, dear. I didn't notice you at first.
The water lock on the canal is broken, so your husband is probably just stuck on the other side of the coast.
Oh my. What happened to the water lock?
Probably just some technical problem.
Whatever the cause, I'm thankful. To both of you. You've spared me another sleepless night.
You're welcome, ma'am.
I hate to ask, but if your investigation takes you to the other side of the coast, please do keep an eye out for my husband.
Oh yeah, of course. Waterlock's gonna be fixed
And
tomorrow.
if you see him, let him know Lena is waiting for him here at the Whirling. He gets so tangled up in his work that he may not know the water lock's been repaired. And it's cold out there.
If I see him, I'll let him know you're here. When or if I get there.
Oh, you're such a dear. Thank you, sweetie.
Yeah, no problem, no problem. I am happy to help. Just saying. Now, unfortunately, there's not really much else I can get from the Hardy Boys. But I do need to find out who the lady is. And I don't think that he's gonna help me.
Looking for something, Rond? Come to tell me to fuck off?
I mean, I could risk putting another point into Half-Light, but I'm not actually sure how much it would help.
Is this about the questions again? Because I don't really know anything.
No, I know that you don't know anything. I just want to cash this novelty check.
Wow. I didn't know you worked for the Union, sir.
He rolls up the giant novelty check. I bet she's seen it before. Flips it under the counter.
Anything else I can do for you?
No, you don't work for the Union. The Union works for you by supplying you with cash. That was easy, worryingly so.
I mean,
The
apparently
tin
she's seen
machine's
it
dead.
before,
Your
so I'm
bottle's
not
drunk.
going to worry about that too much. But hey, we got enough cash for another night. I've got that covered. Oh, I can't even put another point into Half-Light anyways. So I'm gonna find out about the lady. I don't have much other choice. Damn it. I'm sorry, Tommy. It's heartbreak
Make
time.
way for the master poet. What? But I told you she's my friend. Please don't make me give her up, detective. Get someone else. There's a ton of drivers here.
So you're all right with others ratting around. You just don't want your hands dirty.
Fine. I don't want to be a butcher. And I don't want to be a knight either. I just want to be a person who can sleep at night. A little fame wouldn't hurt too.
Put yourself in my shoes. I need this for another investigation too. It's important. I can't blow it.
You're not going to put a bullet in your head if you blow it, are you? Because she's on the edge, man.
She's a suspect, and I need you to tell me where she is, or I can't finish the investigation. Sorry, Tommy. I don't have any other choice.
I thought you were a different kind of cop.
Something breaks in him as he stares into your eyes. Where is the lady driver?
Here.
Takes a keyring from his pocket, then looks at it before giving it to you in silence.
Mallory's still here, down past the statue of Philippe. The cabin is green. You can get in there with these. That's all I know.
When did she leave?
Last Friday.
He blinks, his eyes half empty now. Where is she now?
No, I don't know.
Why do you have her keys?
She left them to me because she trusted me. So I can get it out of the way when the jam breaks loose. Otherwise,
the other drivers would have to tow it or break in to get the machines moving.
If they break in, they would find what's hidden inside. Something incriminating.
Sorry I had to do this.
I bet you are.
Thank you for your cooperation, sir. I know it was hard, but you did the right thing.
You don't really think so?
I really do. If I didn't, I wouldn't be in the RCM. Take care, sir.
I'm sorry, Tommy. I'm sorry. I wish it didn't have to be this way. It's not very intimidating. If I were a little more intimidating, I might be able to, do something.
This green found, A to Z, Contemporain, is parked in the shadow of the ruins looming overhead. It's seen better days.
This is the one our man pointed to.
Gotta unlock the door.
You push the key into the lock and turn. It makes a cracking sound. Then the door pops back a few centimeters. You can just
open
it. The smell of cigarettes and perfume welcomes you. The cabin inside is plastered with old movie posters. Actresses smile from the walls. There's a radio transmitter in the front and a toolbox tucked under the driver's seat. Some tools lie scattered near the pedals.
I'm gonna pull out the
A
toolbox.
metallic drawer slides out from the seat. It's empty, except for a folded newspaper.
There's something in it.
It's an issue of Périphérique from last Wednesday. A piece of paper falls out from its pages. It looks like an article ripped out from a radio enthusiast magazine. Complex mathematical equations explain the basics of something called the Ulan frequency system.
The Ulan frequency system? I've never heard of that before. I know of FM, AM, UKV, but...
Its thought trails off.
The pull-out toolbox slides back into its nest. The rest is as it was. Radio, posters, a trace of motor oil smell under all the cigarettes.
What's under the
You
pedals?
wedge yourself under the steering wheel to get a better look. Seems like the few tools lying around here, a hammer, a pair of pliers, a rusty wrench, have been casually thrown there by the disorganized driver. But one odd detail does catch your eye. A piece of sandpaper has been glued to the throttle.
Yep, that'd be Oddfoot.
Sandpaper adds extra grip.
Looks like the driver has glued a piece of sandpaper to the throttle to offer some extra grip.
Sandpaper? A novel technique?
Sandpaper would also rub off pattern from the driver's right boot sole.
Yes?
Like to where this is going.
Do the honors, he thinks. Connect it yourself.
One of the footprints at the crime scene had an aberration. One sole was smoother than the other.
Which means that the missing lady driver was present at the lynching.
Yep. Our eighth Hardy boy. The lieutenant's eyes light up behind his prescription lens. And she's also the one running the drug trade. What a handful. Women, shake your head. No. Why is that even an option? Come on. No.
Now we know for certain
Handful.
who is the missing eighth person at the lynching. Do you think that Hardy and his boys could also be involved in the drug operation?
Those jerks definitely? No. I think the entire union is involved. Maybe even all of Martinez look around suspiciously. Not necessarily. The later driver could have kept the drug trade a secret. This would fit what Joyce told us. But I don't want to make any assumptions. Now, she could have kept the drug trade
You're right.
secret.
But we should still go and see what Titus has got to say on the matter. Are we finished with the lorry?
The movie stars are still smiling from the walls. The radio transmitter sits on the center console, and a faint smell of perfume is in the air.
Check out
These
those posters.
are movie posters featuring starlets from long-forgotten films from the 20s, the teens, even the 90s of the last century. One of them particularly catches your eye, a centerfold of an ingenue attached right above the back seat. The actress is draped in a sheath dress, one of her shoulders bared. The faded remains of an autograph run across the poster. She's looking past the camera.
Must be a big fan.
This is Tijon, a starlet from the dawn of cinematography, less known for her talent than her tragic, untimely death.
What exactly happened to her, Encyclopedia?
She wasted away in a drug den called the Door to the River, not far from here, on Boogie Street, a mixture of cocaine and morphine. She was afraid of the world, and the camera, too.
That's not very good for an actress.
The actresses and the rear actor all smile you a warm goodbye. A radio transmitter is attached to the dashboard, and a toolbox sits under the driver's seat.
What's up with the radio?
Looks like the frequency dial is absent. It requires a key to work, but the key has been removed, likely by the missing lady driver.
But they can't send the transmissions.
Strange. There are so many radio stations saved here. Must be over 100 at least.
Is there anything we can do with the radio?
Doesn't look like it. It's completely inoperable without a dial key.
Why would anybody need so many radio stations?
For contacting an entire fleet of lorrymen, for example. This is all shortwave, UW and UKV. Looks like we are dealing with an impressive organizational tool. The nerve center of a huge operation, with quite a range too.
The smell of 1,000 cigarettes, some dead actresses, and a rusty old toolbox under the seat. He closed
I think we've got everything we need here.
Door.
Great. I think we got everything. A word, detective? Before we return to Joyce?
Of course, Kim. What you got?
All right, we've finished here. Let's quickly debrief and go over what we found, so we don't do it in front of the company rep.
Fair enough. Like something police would do. What do you think of all this, Kim?
Honestly, I'm quite worried by what we've seen so far. The evidence seems to point to a rather extensive and well-organized operation. I'm especially intrigued by that radio transmitter, particularly the sheer number of stations it can connect. Looks like this alleged drug trade casts a wide net.
This means it's well funded. Technology like that, a major player must be financing it.
I'm not sure what the Ulan frequencies are all about, but they may hold some significance. Perhaps it's a better way to connect between fleets while avoiding frequency bleed, or maybe it's used to tap into RCM networks. And last but not least, it looks like the Hardy Boys knew this driver, as we know that she was present at the lynching. This may be the Union connection we've been searching for.
The probe and the case converged, he thinks. This was quite the find.
Honestly, yeah, this investigation has really helped us out. What about the movie posters? Nah. So it turns out this is connected to the Union.
Like Joyce told us, yes, logistically. But don't expect to bust this open during our stay here. At best, this is an angle we can use against them, to other ends, as extra ammunition.
Meaning, someone as slippery as Everard won't be caught by a couple of cops and some stuff they found in some cabin.
So we're gonna open an investigation into this?
We should return to the murder case. See what Joyce tells us about the lynching. When we are done for the day, I call my station and suggest our narcotics department look into it. There are more than enough grounds to start an official investigation, sometime later when we are done here. We do not want to get caught in that.
Stops to think. What are you thinking about?
The fact that one hasn't started already gives me pause. An investigation, I mean. Especially if the Madre grouping is involved, and I can't imagine they aren't. It's certainly worrisome.
Corruption, maybe?
All the same, I don't like the idea of internal affairs descending on the matter. That won't help anyone either.
Okay. Debrief over.
Debrief over. After you.
Fair enough. Alright. You know what? Let's see what Joyce has to say before we go back to the Hardy Boys. Get the feeling that, with what we found, Joyce actually might give us some information that we, are sorely needing. There's a good chance of it, at least. Alright, I didn't look into this.
Just an ordinary wall. Nothing to see here.
Nah, there's no way I can conceptualize that. Hey, you.
The streets will flow red once more.
Cindy the
a great
Skull.
torrent rushing down Rue de Esperance. You wait and see.
The girl stares at the sailboat by the pier.
The streets will not flow red with anything. Who are you?
I'm Cindy the fucking Skull. What else do you want to know? Date of birth, blood type, the last time I was tested for Hep C.
Sure, why not? If you're wanting to give all the information freely. Don't use that tone with me. I'm the law. No. Let's start with your blood type and go from there. Yeah. When were you last tested? Just answer some questions, okay? We just want to know your name, little lady. No need to get defensive.
And here I was trying to be polite. Just can't win with you pigs.
Despite the stass, puts the brush aside.
A brush? An artist? The red splatter is urban expressionism.
Keep looking off to the side. What are you looking at?
The lieutenant is desperately searching for another handkerchief.
Turns her head to want to face the coast and nods disdainfully toward Joyce, performing maintenance on her boat.
Hatred? Disgust? It's difficult to tell which of the two is more present in her girlish features. The woman on the boat does not notice her staring.
That is on her. Someone's got to keep an eye on her.
Ozon is an archipelago 2 days' travel away from Rivershot. Its moneyed residents, used to posh restaurants and upscale boutiques, rarely have reason to visit Martinez.
You mean Joyce?
On a first-name basis with her, are we? Piggy's moving up in the world.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan either.
Pig's not half as dumb as he looks.
Gives you a stately nod of approval. What are you doing to the wall?
Can't you tell? I'm painting a beautiful mural, an aereo graffitio visible from low orbit.
Yeah. Sure. I can totally see it from low orbit.
I haven't really started it yet. I'm waiting for the right words.
He studies the wall, suddenly pensive. So you don't know what to write?
Have you ever tried your hand at graffitio? When faced with a blank wall, most people write unimaginative stuff, like pigs go home and Mona was here. We rarely see pigs round here, though. Just union cats. And my name's not Mona, so...
Yeah, I mean, can't replace a name like that, so why even try? Why are you so committed to defacing the building?
This place is severely lacking in havoc. Not even the occasional trash can fire to break up the tedium.
Well, hey, about a week ago there was a lynching.
I thought I'd mix it up, you know, summon the forces of crime and social chaos with a wall-sized invitation.
I have an opinion on this. Want to hear it?
Yeah?
Well, public art, don't mind us. Keep doing what you're doing. Gonna have to stop you. This is hooliganism. Actually, I don't have an opinion. I lied. Yeah, public art's great.
Thanks. I'm sure the inspiration will come to me now that I have an official RCM stamp of approval.
She means the opposite.
You know anything about the recent murder?
I ain't no snitch, pigstein. Go forth and forage in someone else's shit. No shortage of squealers in these parts.
Actually, there is a shortage of people who talk to us in a normal, calm, informative manner.
We weren't put on this earth to make your life pleasant, fucko.
So you won't talk about the murder. Maybe you can tell us something about the murder victim's missing armor?
What do I care about some fucking tin eggshells?
Is an armor art? Art for the, body?
Ugh, alright. Sad piggy. I'll give you this one. I saw a little girl in the fishing village running around with military-grade handwear. Looked cute as hell. If you haven't been there, the village is a shithole down the coast from the main plaza. Have a good time.
There's a little girl wearing gloves there?
No. That's all the snitching Cindy the Skull does for today. Actually, I don't even know why I told you what I just told you.
No, I'll just come back tomorrow and you can snitch some more.
I have a weakness for animals. It's the animal thing again. Damn it.
He looks at you a little sad suddenly.
Or a weakness for police officers, miss. Thank you either way.
Catch you later,
Watch
Cindy.
your back, ungulate. You've got eyes on you.
Yeah, I've realized that. A lot of people seem to be watching me lately, and it's not great.
A sturdy metal door guards the southwest entrance to the apartment building. It's locked. This could be a way into the apartment building the smoking man vanished into. The door rattles against your knuckles, but there's no response.
That just means I need to knock more.
The door rattles again, but this time you hear an elderly woman's voice calling out from inside.
Stop banging on the door! I'm not letting any more strangers inside.
Who am I speaking to?
Doesn't matter who I am. Now go on, get out of here.
It's the police.
The police? Everyone knows the police don't come round here.
Hallways echo. The hallway echoes with her cackle. Need to talk to a young man in this building.
No, I already told you. I won't be responsible for any more strangers getting into the building.
So there was somebody else that came
Go
into the
check
building.
the backyard door. Maybe someone there will.
Trails off, leaving the sentence unfinished.
Backyard door. With the smoker. You already were there. Didn't work.
Hey, are you there? I checked the backyard, but couldn't get in that way.
Good. We had enough problems with bums and drunks and thieves loitering in the hallway. You have no business here.
But I am a real policeman. Like, a real one, I swear.
You're well versed in the kind of threatening legalese that implies criminal liability, but in fact has no meaning whatsoever.
Ma'am, your non-compliance is hindering a police matter. I may be forced to refer you for potential prosecution.
I know my rights, and don't you mom me, boy.
The voice snaps back.
Miss, would it help if we offer to show you our badges?
Ah, it's like a carrot to the stick, sort of.
Hold your horses.
You hear the click of a night latch before the lady on the other side gets caught in a coughing spasm.
I don't care about your stinking badge. Just come in.
Manages to say with a wheeze. Thank you. Just walk away. I gotta talk to Joyce, and that's probably where I'll end it for the night.
Good. What can I help you with?
Talk to Everett Clare.
You have? And how did you like Mr. Clare?
The hero of the workers' movement. He is a champion I've sworn fealty to. He's a bloated rainbow socialist. I can do business with him. For a socialist, he's reasonable. He is not the champion I have chosen. I wish to swear fealty to you and the cause of capital. Not important if I liked him. I was doing my job. No, I don't like him.
Oh, come on now. He has his uses. How else would he have stayed in power all these years? Or wait, actually...
She answers her own question.
Corruption. That's how he's done it. Fantastic, Verm-like corruption, reaching into the bowels of the earth.
He looks at the ground and nods.
The position of my unusual colleague does not reflect official policy. I hope you understand. The RCM does not pick sides.
Of course. And I don't expect you to share anything he told you with me. I'm not a corrupt Verm myself. However, if you felt like discussing something, how could I stop you? Are we not human? Are we not curious to hear another person's take? It's only natural. We would only be gossiping.
Intellectually speaking, it would be quite interesting to hear what she has to say about these things.
Helping me find my gun. Helped him turn up the heat on the borscht. He asked me to open a door. He asked me to deliver an envelope. No, I'd rather talk about something else for now, if you don't mind.
Of course, Detective. Should something come up later down the road, don't be afraid to drop by for a chat.
I'm sure you'd like that.
Until then, is there anything I can help you with?
Spoke with the lorryman.
Yes, my eyes on the harbour have sent word to that effect. What have you discovered?
I've discovered enough to conclude, for now.
Yes. And will you start an official investigation?
If there is an investigation, it will be part of an ongoing operation, subject to confidentiality. I am sure you understand.
Of course, detectives. In any case, you've held up your end of our arrangement. I trust you with the rest. Now it's my turn. I wouldn't normally break protocol like this, but the situation demands it. If you don't solve this murder, I'm afraid we may have a bloodbath on our hands.
So I've been told.
The words bloodbath sound cold in her mouth. They taste of iron and strawberries.
Was that about a bloodbath? I've already heard about a connection between the lynching and strike, but I need your testimony. No.
Yes.
Bloodbath.
I'm afraid this strike may descend into a small-scale civil war, with possible consequences for all of Rivershoal West.
Since you are sharing, ma'am, this is also the RCM's worst-case scenario.
Then we're on the same page, as grim as it may be. I have an indirect role to play, I'm sad to say. My employer experienced a momentary lapse of faith in me. In that moment, they elected to deploy a private military contractor as an insurance measure. They called it my security detail.
Do you need a security detail?
Absolutely not. These mercenaries are muscle, pure and simple. They are meant to intimidate the Union into surrendering.
Who are they, exactly?
Crenell, an Oranese military company. As far as I know, 3 arrived in Martinez. They report to me sporadically, but they do not answer to me. To be frank, our relationship is deteriorating. They wear ceramic armor, have semi-automatic weapons, and years of combat experience. They also have trauma and stressor disorder, and no idea how to conduct themselves in an urban civilian environment.
So, what happened?
The story is, one of them, the Colonel, I don't know his real name, sexually assaulted a local woman while he was drunk and separated from his unit. This allowed some of the more militant Union members to subdue him. He was taken out behind the whirling in rags and lynched last Sunday night.
What about after?
Mr. Clare refuses to let me into the harbour. I have not been able to discuss this matter with anyone there. The remaining 2 Crenell contractors carry out their orders, for now.
For now?
It's a smokescreen.
In secret, they are conducting an independent military tribunal into the lynching. Once this investigation is concluded, executions will follow.
Right. That's
What
not
is the
good.
nature of this so-called investigation?
Whether to execute one, some, or all of the Union militants.
You made a mess here. I have to say this is not disco. Maybe the investigations can team up. You know, their resources and intelligence. Boy, oh boy, is that not good. Now, this is not disco.
It is very far from disco. My only hope is that you provide a single, concrete suspect before the mercenaries indiscriminately pick theirs. Simply put,
Grabs hold of the mainsail.
if you don't pin this on someone good and do it fast, they will identify and execute everyone present at the lynching. This in turn will force the Union to respond.
The Débardeurs have over 2,000 men. It will be 1,000 to 1.
Have you ever seen a hornet invade a beehive, Lieutenant? It's not pretty.
The Serai's giant hornet, the world's second largest insect, can kill 40 honeybees a minute, while a group of 30 can decimate an entire hive of 20,000 bees in less than 4 hours.
These men work in tandem using semi and fully automatic firearms. Their armor is virtually impenetrable to muzzle-loaded weapons, even yours. Most Union workers don't have guns at all.
The muzzle loaders need to be reloaded after every 1 or 2 shots. The automatics every 1 or 2 minutes.
As I said, a bloodbath.
Yeah, that probably wouldn't go very well. Can't see it happening. Too many things would have to go wrong first. Isn't this a pretty bleak scenario you're describing? Or I think the confrontation is inevitable. No, we're gonna stop it. Pretty bleak scenario.
Many bleak scenarios have already come true. Nameless, badgeless detective of the citizens' militia. All we can do is keep the rest from going the same way. One single concrete suspect delivered into civil court, and I may be able to defuse this situation.
What can you tell me about Crenell?
Not much. Their public resume is relatively good, as far as private military contractors go. I believe they were once called Downwell. They boast a long list of clients. Saint-Baptiste, Welchman-Lorenz, Eintracht. A warning sign, however. The operations concerned all take place in third or fourth world countries. Guarding facilities, escort missions and such.
That's... So a place where they can actually throw around their weight.
Meaning they're used to operating in war zones.
Yes. All the good conflict corridors, Supramundi, Yesut, the Seminese Islands, countries that don't have a good record reporting atrocious military conduct on their soil.
Okay, anything else you got on them?
Sadly, no. Before this happened, I had little interest in them. Now that I do, I don't have the resources. If you still have access to the ICP's database, you could run a better background check than I ever could. It may take some time, though.
Do you know a lot about the inner workings of the RCM and the ICP, ma'am?
In my line of work, it pays to do your research. I was prepared to deal with the RCM. I did not think I'd be dealing with a group like Crenell.
Would you be able to contact the company? Tell them to call them off?
I have. And they will. However, these orders take time to reach what is basically a rogue unit out in the field here. Until they do, it's all on us.
So we have to solve this, because they're not going to get the word until after
She's
the fact.
being truthful. She is pressing them as hard as she can.
So the deceased assaulted a woman.
Or he didn't. This is information passed on to me from some teenagers loitering around the canal. I cannot testify by it.
Who did the passing on then? What did these teenagers by the canal say?
That the man was
Sounds like
killed
that.
because he assaulted a local woman. I've asked around a bit. This seems to be the accepted story around Martinez.
The lieutenant consults his notebook, his eyebrows knitted in concentration.
Odd. We haven't heard any reports about an assault in connection with the lynching. Where did it take place? And when?
Last Sunday night, at the Whirling in Rags, the hostel by the gates. Supposedly, the colonel was drunk, maybe on narcotics too.
Yeah, that lines up.
Either way, he's alleged to have sexually assaulted a woman. Sometime later, a group of dock workers got their hands on him.
And who was this woman?
That's a good question, officer. I don't have the slightest idea. As I said, it's a rumor about a rumor. In any case, it's what the colonel's remaining colleagues believe.
You meet her soon enough, you feel.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. Did you happen to know this colonel?
If you mean did I see him alive? Yes. But I did not know him.
And his name was?
Lely. His service name. A nom de guerre, most likely. He wouldn't divulge his full name. Only one of them did. A bad sign if there ever was one.
And what about the others?
One is a man. Corty, they call him. A nickname as well. The other a woman. Phyllis DePaul. Corty is the gunner, I believe. DePaul is a radio operator.
What would you say was his eye color? The deceased's?
She closes her eyes, trying to picture the man's face, then shakes her head.
I can't remember.
Hang of regret to her voice.
The lieutenant was testing her, asking a small detail first to see if she knew him better than she let on. She passed.
That's all right, then. Anything else? Nationality? What would you say was his age?
He was 40. Or 50. It's hard to say which. He had a combat injury on his lower jaw. It made it difficult to estimate his age, or gauge his facial expressions.
Indeed, this matches the dental reconstruction we saw on the body. What else? Nationality? Accent?
He was, Occidental, I think. Light brown hair, a mixed accent, Oranese, or Messinian, maybe. His injury gave him an accent all his own. In a way, it was humanizing. He had to learn to speak through it, through the injury. That's all I know, I guess. I only met him once.
And where are the two remaining two mercs?
They've gone to ground, as it were. I don't recommend seeking them out. For one, they're almost certainly armed to the teeth.
Yeah,
they don't
so
have
I've
the
heard.
same respect for the Revachol citizens' militia as I do. To put it bluntly, they think you're vigilantes. Ghetto savages. It will not be a fruitful meeting.
Well, we still need to know where they are.
You're likely to run into them eventually. When that happens, I'll be in a better position to mediate if I don't appear involved.
Well, where are these mercenaries?
One is obviously the scab leader at the harbor gates. The one chanting the idiotic slogans. He's barely maintaining his disguise.
Right.
The other has a vantage point in a building south of the roundabout. They were keeping tabs on you while you were canvassing the lorry drivers.
One must be the goon in ill-fitting work clothes by the harbor gates, the scab leader. One is probably in a building overlooking a roundabout. Ill-fitting clothes.
That may be so. I still hope you heed my advice. There's no need to kick the hornet's nest.
For all your talk of averting this catastrophe, the situation at the gate is a powder keg. Does this not bother you?
Of course it bothers me, Lieutenant. But my hands are tied. How would my employer react if it appeared I were intervening on behalf of the Union?
Your concern may be appearances. Ours is keeping the peace.
One is probably in a building overlooking the roundabout.
Would afford a good vantage point. In any case, it's practically inaccessible.
Where is your radio for contacting them, if I may ask? Do you have an earpiece?
Heavens no. I'm not an undercover agent. There's a short wave at the ship's wheel.
I have another question
I
for
hope
you.
I can answer it better.
How much time do we have?
Until the executions start? Truthfully, I don't know. It depends on their progress identifying the members of the lynch mob and their impatience.
They don't report their progress to you?
Not on this matter. I'm afraid they consider this a personal initiative.
There's a brief silence. Eagles squawk over the bay.
It's a matter of days, not weeks. I am sorry to have been the bearer of bad news. If there is anything else I can help you with, please ask.
Of course. Can you tell me any more about the tattoos?
Of course. Excuse my hesitation before.
Reaches over the guard wire and takes a photo. Holds it in her hand.
For about half a minute, in silence.
It was taken with a Trigat not long ago. This is the man's upper body. There were no more markings on his hands or legs.
Quiet observes the woman's expression.
Her mouth is relaxed. The accordion lines near her mouth vanish. The pearls of her eyes move slowly on the photo's surface.
What do you think?
Sorry. I was trying to see if I can read the web of interdependencies between these points. The stars.
Points to the one on the photo paper.
I can't. But that's how you read this story. The points themselves don't have letters, numbers, anything. Their size, location on the body, and distance from each other tells you what they represent.
Like stars in the sky.
Close. Port cities. This is an Oronese map of the waterways, a sailor's tattoo worn by wayfarers of the Dolorian century. Over 300 years ago, the sailors would mark their bodies to map their travels.
What travels did the dead man make?
Quite a few. Vredefort, the Oronese capital, traditionally stands on the right shoulder. He started somewhere near here, I think.
What next?
Then he made his way to the Pretto Grande, through what I think must be the Stutz Canal, an artificial channel through the Occident. From the Pretto, he sailed to the Insulindic Ocean, first the Semnes Islands, then this.
He's been around.
Revachol. Those are the two constants. Vredefort on the shoulder, and Revachol in the heart. They started the tradition of these maps right after the discovery of Insulinde, at the dawn of the Inter-Easlary Age.
The old world passing by, and the new world already here.
You said you can't read it.
I can't. This man was no sailor, and these are no ports. I can understand geographic fragments, but not their meaning.
You tell me more?
His platoon members? The other contractors, though I do not suggest you go and show them that picture. This man was their friend and comrade.
Surely there are other people to ask about the tattoo. This is not necessary to complete the task, officer. It's a dangerous side task. Search elsewhere.
Right, not a good idea.
I am relieved you think so. I don't think deciphering that tattoo should come before public security.
It's all for the tattoos. Thank you for the
Is
help.
there anything else I can help you with?
Nope, that's it for now. That was actually quite helpful, I must say. Yeah, I got 3 skill points to work with. Still can't put any into Half-Light right now. But I can potentially look into other things. Maybe later. But for now, that's just gonna be it. Gonna be it for me. If you're still here, thank you for being here. I hope you have a wonderful night. We're gonna get this case cracked wide open on Wednesday. I swear. I swear. I still actually think that we made some pretty decent progress today, but damn, these people really don't like talking to me. They really don't like talking to me, like, at all. definitely doesn't make this easy. Give it a few days, and if I haven't completed my investigation, we can have a civil war. So, their own damn fault. We'll see. Good night.